When you've accomplished what Antonio Cairoli has, you've earned the right to say you're the best.
Cairoli goes through!
At the southern edge of Europe sits Sicily, Italy, an island of stone streets and centuries of tradition, best known for its history and passionate soccer fans, not motocross. Yet somehow, from one of the most unlikely places, Antonio Cairoli emerged, the GOAT of European motocross.
End of 2003, I want to stop riding. I want to go back to Sicily, to my town, and do something else. I was very close to quit. My mother said, if you come here, you need to go work.
The Italian kid who nearly walked away from the sport, never knowing what he might accomplish, now with 9 world championships to his name.
But yeah, we won 5 titles in a row with the 350. That was crazy. It was very... No, but not many people know us though.
And he didn't just prove that Italy could produce a motocross champion. He's giving back to an Italian-made manufacturer, helping write the next chapter with Ducati. This is Antonio Cairoli's story. Gypsy Gang, welcome Tony to the podcast.
I met a gypsy.
Yo, all right, we're on.
Yeah.
Antonio Cairoli,
Hello.
the GOAT, the Euro GOAT.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the episode with Jeffrey when he said that you were his GOAT in Europe?
Yeah, I didn't listen completely, but I had some little shots on it, and yeah, it was nice. You know, I'm really looking forward, you know, to do this today, and it was a long time we tried to do it, so nice to be here.
Yeah. What's your take on the Euro GOAT situation? Would you think that you're the guy? It's hard. No one ever wants to call themselves that, but have you ever thought about the conversation?
Yeah, you know, I never been such a guy who, you know,
Yes.
such a cocky guy who really thinks. I mean, I'm this, I'm that. I've never been like this in my career. First, I could, because I mean, winning 6 titles in a row, it's not that you get it for free. You know, it's really hard work. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, there is different type of person, you know, who try to call me this way and that way. But I really enjoy my career. Of course, I did my best. Try to stay always healthy first, because my racing career was not really focused on showing that I'm the best. You know, that was not my career. Also not my character, my personality.
Yeah.
It's just to stay healthy first of all, do what it's enough to win, and try to preserve, you know, your body. And in the end, it's a tough sport. So if you want to do it for long, you need to really see where are your limits, when it's time to shut down the gas and to don't risk. Yeah, Jeffrey in this case was completely different. You know, he just go flat out, and a lot of times goes wrong for him, and few times goes very good. You know, but when it goes good, you're like, oh,
It's unbelievable.
so fast. And
Yeah.
but this sport, I mean, it's you have such a fine line that you are like doing so well, and after 1 second, you are out for the season. So you need to see where it's time to push and when it's time to control. You know, if you want to have like a healthy career, let's say.
Yeah, and it's getting harder to do.
Yeah, it's getting harder to do. First, also because the bikes, for me, are getting really easy, let's say, to ride. So everybody can go fast, more or less. Even if you are not so technical, you are not so prepared, you can push the limits harder than it was like 15 years ago, when if you were not prepared, you are not technical good, when you face like a rock on the jump. Yeah, now the bikes can, you know, absorb that, and 15-20 years ago was a bit sketchy. So you need to really, so you see that this difference are a bit less now than, you know, with the riders. Of course, you have the phenomenal guy, like it is, you know, with Jet, that he can even ride whatever scooter, and he's still showing that to everybody. But like the normality of the good riders, average, I think it's more flat now than it was a few years ago.
So I actually got scammed recently on a credit card, which was a nightmare to deal with. A dude in the UK bought $3,000 of Lego, believe it or not, into Nando's. So I had to cancel the card, I had to wait for a new one, I had to dispute the charges, the whole deal. And this experience, this was the second time it happened to me. And it really just made me realize how important proper security is when it comes to anything to do with your money. And this is why I started using Cash App, which was awesome when they reached out and decided to help us out on the podcast. Your security deserves to be a priority, and Cash App treats it that way. With Security Lock, Cash App requires a successful Face ID or biometric authentication to access your account. It's like your money is protected by your own personal bodyguard, even if your phone is lost or stolen. Plus, if you're about to send money to someone new and Cash App notices something looks a bit off or that you might be falling for a scam, it will send you a warning before the money is sent to confirm that everything looks right. Turn on Security Lock in your Cash App settings today and pay attention to scam warnings to keep your money safe. Learn more at cash.app/security. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code SECURE10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank. Member FDIC. Discounts and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Yeah, and I think Jeffrey made an interesting point because the GOAT talk in MXGP is you and Everts.
Yeah.
And I'd never thought about it like this, but Jeffrey made the point that you didn't grow up in a motocross family. You came from a very small, obscure background to be a 9-time MXGP champion, and Stefan's father and grandfather were professional motocross riders.
Yeah.
So to do what you did with what you were given to start with is actually incredible.
Yeah. First of all, if you're born in Northern Europe, you're already halfway in front with the sport.
Yeah.
One, because of the sponsors, the money that is involved, and when you're born in Italy, especially in Sicily, so South Italy, where motocross is like completely like nothing. I was riding around with scooters off road and stuff. Not even had a bike.
Really, like Vespas?
Yeah, Vespas and scooters.
Wow.
Piaggio scooters and stuff. And then you really realize there is a possibility you can grow a bit, and then you get a little help from here and from there, but you miss years because you arrive on the top when you're already 18, 19, which is already late, for this sport. So I can consider myself for sure one of the best, of course, and still now I think I can be top 10 in both of the best outdoor championship, without problems. So it's at 41 years old this year. So I think it's something special. Of course, there should be there, but I never was a guy like I'm the best. I'm the king of the sand, or I'm the king of the hard pack, or whatever. I don't really think it's necessary for my character to feel that, to go faster. But for some riders, they need that,
it motivates them.
Yeah, to motivate themselves to go to the race.
I think from everything that I understand about you and your career, your mental strength at the track and away from the track were some of the things that really led to your success. Like when Dungy did the podcast.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you remember he was talking about like he'd just go and just put himself back in the pain cave and suffer and train and just couldn't stop thinking about racing. And then you went on the boat and we're just drinking beers with the boys. And he's like, it blew his mind completely.
Yeah, that was also my strong point, to have such a long career, because I think, it's a tough sport. You need to train hard. You can do it if you do it of everybody else does it. It's right. I don't say it's wrong, but I need to have my away moments, from motocross, from the trainings. It happens also during the season while I was reading the World Championship that I took a week off and I went in holiday, let's say, with my friends, just running, doing gym workouts, and then even go to the discotheque in the night. It doesn't mean that I need to go drunk, and I can also drink water and still have fun, But then my mind goes a bit away from the heaviness, because a guy like me and a top guy, you always, when you are at the track or at the training, you need to perform well, so you are under pressure, like, let's say, for so long, and those away moments for me was really important. And when I come back, I was stronger than before, let's say. Not like riders like Jeffrey, for example. If he missed 2-3 days of training, he arrived at the race already like, what I am at, it doesn't really, a bit insecure of this. And myself, 1 week of not training, it doesn't mean you're gonna, lose the race. Doesn't mean that.
Where did this come from, this mentality?
I think it comes from my from the southern Italy, let's say.
The culture.
Yeah, culture. We work. There is this thing that southern Italy work less than northern Italy, but it's not true. We work longer. Let's say we have pauses between and stuff. We enjoy a bit more the thing because we are like a beach place.
Yeah.
So during lunchtime, all the shops, a lot of shops close down,
closes,
So you go to the beach and then you reopen at 4 and you stay open until 11. And maybe other culture, let's say, they stay open, all day until 3 p.m., 4 p.m. and then they stop. So it's a different way of, seeing things. And maybe was this also my, my view of my racing career, yeah.
Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense. Like culturally, the Italian and, like you said, the southern Italian culture just puts such a premium on lifestyle, enjoying life, good food, good wine, good people, good times. Kind of just carried over into your...
Yeah, I don't know how to explain. It was working so good for me, and still now. Of course, now the training schedule is different than I was before. But if I had to go running in like at 1 a.m. in the night, I go running, no problem. If in the morning after I had to sleep till 10 o'clock, no problem. So I don't really see my training as to be scheduled, by somebody else, someone else who doesn't know my body, who doesn't know my feelings. And no, of course, it's not always like that I go running at 1 in the night, but sometimes
but
can
you
happen.
would do what it takes.
Yeah, sometimes it can happen that in the day I was having, other things to do, and then I go running at 1 a.m. in the night, let's say. So this is one example, let's say, for how I took my training. I trained really hard, but I had my moments, when and where, to train.
Yeah. Did anyone ever try and change that?
Yeah, I was 1 year. I had a proper trainer, let's say, because I did basically everything on my own all my career. And it starts with the schedule, 8 a.m., wake up and go running, no breakfast, and I think I last like probably 6 months, and then I say, okay, we have to stop, because it's not really it's not really enjoyable, this thing for me, and also not working, because I was running but without the feeling to do it. So I was running, yes, but not. I didn't push my limits on this conditions. So I said I have to do other stuff, do my things and see. Also, a lot of trainers, let's say, nowadays they are not even riding a bike, they never read the bike, and they put those guys on a bicycle cycling for 3-4 hours a day. Can work for some, can work for someone else, for some not, I think, because everybody's different. But it's you need to. Motocross is a very, very different sport than all other sports. Also, the intensity during the race. For me, a lot of things are what I see, from around, from people training, are a bit strange, because they work a lot with the cardio and this and that. We need to stay on this zone and this zone and this zone. But motocross, it's a sport where a little rock on the ramp can change completely your heart rate thing. And if you are not able to work on this area, immediately you go on a zone where you've never been, and that where you are not focused anymore. You are not. So I think every person needs to have a personalized, of course, but they need to also understand themselves what they really need, to make the switch. So this was my case, and I always could face different, let's say, opponents in my career from different ages also, because I need to adapt to different styles. And, from Stefan Everts, almost I was racing with, to now with Jet, racing. Of course, we are not battling for winning, but still, I'm in the mix, So you need to adapt a bit about so many different riders, and I think this is the things that keeps me still want to explore this world, because I think it's there is everyday things to learn and to improve, and that's more or less what's my view on the training is, try to learn every day, new things, new techniques, new also for my body, new stuff, because while now I have some knee problems, and so I cannot run anymore, because everything for me was on the running. So I cannot run anymore, so I need to find something else to.
Did you enjoy running?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I love running. And not like long distance, but when I had to do like 10, 15K, this range, I was really enjoying a lot this
because some people just hate running, and other people love just the activity, the mental,
I think this also, I was always in my career a bit. I like mountain biking a lot. I don't like road cycling. I also think it's not good for our sport, because it's emotion a bit too static, you know, and motocross is more like dynamic. Little impulse and little impulse on the legs. Of course, it's good for road bicycle general for make your massa a bit for safety, for your knees, and for everything to make a bit. But for the pure motion of the of our sport, I don't think it's a great.
I think running. I did a year where I did a lot of running. I was training for just the World Vets race that they did at Glen Helen, and I'd never run I ran a lot playing football when I was a kid. Like I played rugby, and so that's just all running. And then so I ran for sport, but never just to go for a run. And I just wasn't into it. Like mentally, I'm like, this kind of sucks. I don't know that this is my thing. But I started to really enjoy running. I enjoyed mentally how it made me feel, and I think that it puts so much weight on your quads in a way that's very similar to motocross. Like I felt solid. I was living in Dubai at the time, and I was riding the big sand track that they have there a lot. And the feeling of running a lot and the stress that it puts on your quads in particular, it's a lot like the stress that a bike puts on your quads. Yeah, it's
more explosive impact, which are more similar to the... Of course, to the motocross, but okay. I mean, if road bikes works for some riders, I mean, I'm fine with it. But on my side I preferred always to run, even off-road running, with a lot of difference of surfaces, which work very good also for the feeling on the pegs and everything. I think it was for myself working better, so I always did it. I always did it. Yeah,
and a beautiful place to run.
Yeah,
where you live.
Yeah, I love to run on the beach. It's cool, or whatever. Where I even on the motocross track, I run laps. To do like a bit of endurance and some sprints up the hills and up and down. So I think, and also it's shorter than cycling. So mentally,
true.
so mentally for me was better because I know in what I did in 1 hour, 50 minutes of running, it had to took like 4 hours of cycling, and still, when you road cycle with your buddies, okay, you're talking around, and for me, I did a couple of times, but it was not really what I want. I want to suffer for that 50 minutes, like I'm dying, and then I have a free day, or do something else, stretching or enjoy other things,
Yeah,
So this was some mentality, from South maybe to have more free time and have a shorter,
work,
yeah,
chill. Yeah.
So
That makes sense. And I mean, you're right. You're 41 and still crushing.
Yeah.
And I think that your career is one of the most special careers in the whole sport because you've reached the highest highs. You stayed at the top for so many years, left on your own terms, and now race your own schedule, and you love doing it. You're involved in an Italian manufacturer now, which is super cool. Like the way that your career has gone is very special. And I think that philosophy that you took to it and your mentality that you had around training and racing and riding, it gave you this level of longevity that not a lot of people in the sport get to have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, also now I get to a lot of people say, why are you racing for 10, 8th place? Or
because it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I race for win a lot of years now with the pressure of everybody. You need to, if you finish third, everybody was like, you finished third, And now it's just, I know the bike is a young bike. We race with stock bike here in US. So I know I couldn't expect too much. Also, my training is not training for racing anymore. I ride for testing, so it's completely different thing. I have no race pace. But still, I enjoy a lot more now, more than before, because I ride. If I am like 6 or 7, I'm really happy. I do trips with the family. It's just enjoying. It's not that I race now. I'm disappointed because I finished 6th or 7 or 8, because I don't care. I know with a better bike, because we rode stock bike, so we had some issues, which is normal when you are testing, when you are developing things. Could be even maybe better at some point, also with a better training schedule. But I don't want to go in again in my full training schedule.
Yeah.
I want to spend some time with the family, enjoying things and visiting friends around the world, and just riding and promoting the brand, which I'm really proud of. That finally Ducati is making off-road bikes. So this is more or less what I think.
Yeah. Slide forward a little bit. Just come a little bit closer to the mic. Dude, it's the dream scenario for you. I mean, you must have been so excited when you saw that Ducati was actually pulling the trigger.
Yeah, actually, I was doing 2000. Was that end of 2023 when I was team manager of the Red Bull KTM team, and I was doing the job, but I was still. I think I was not really the time for me to move and do that as a team manager. Okay, we won a title with Adamo in the MX2 class. We had some good results, but I didn't really was fully ready for just
a big change, huh?
Don't ride for a year, Just don't completely riding for a year. I really enjoy riding still a lot, and I think I could give more on the R&D side, let's say, or testing or developing or ambassador side, whatever, than just to be team manager. So I was not really happy with that, and then Ducati, we got a bit in contact, and there was this possibility that I could switch, which was not an easy topic, let's say, also because I was feeling okay with KTM. I was happy, and we were doing well, let's say. So I know the bike was a good bike. If I had to move to Ducati, I didn't know exactly what to expect. So it was a bit of a blind spot, let's say. So it was tough to decide. But in the end, the Italian passion that I have, and it wins, and then we jump in this project. Actually, completely from scratch, because I saw the bike on a paper, let's say, in the middle of 2023, and then in January there was the first prototype to January 24, and we start riding, let's say, and start working a bit, which also is not easy, because when you have no background, no history for a brand like that, to make a bike, it's very difficult to make a bike in such a short time, because they decide not so long ago, to go to the off-road. So they did a really great job, and immediately when we tested the bike, the first time I tested the bike, I was like, really surprised, because without background, without history, just making a bike like that was already unbelievable for them.
That had to be like a...
Yeah, exactly, because a lot of work was done, of course, to make it, and still now we are still working a lot to improve. Yeah. But was already a good starting point. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I can imagine that the first day going to the track to ride it, you would be like, please don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. It was good. I was actually very, really happy first day already.
Yeah. I haven't ridden the bike yet, but it's doing well. I mean, everyone is speaking highly of it on, the magazine shootouts, and I've spoke to people off camera about it, and the feedback is very similar to what people are saying on camera to what they're saying off camera.
No, actually, I tell you, we are really happy about the feedbacks. Of course, on the racing side, we are missing on a factory bike.
It has to take a little bit.
It's normal. Yeah. And we struggle a bit in some races, of course. But on a standard bike, on a stock bike, I think we are very, very close to the top of the game bikes. Let's say even easier to ride than a normal 450 because of this Desmo system. Yeah. You can really keep a gear for so long, and which other 450s end up quite quickly, and it also get dangerous in some points when the bike end up on the ramp and some kickers and stuff. This one really pulls a lot, so you can really use second gear for so long, and third gear. Basically, with second and third gear in Europe, with the smaller tracks, you can basically ride all the tracks. Here, maybe you need some gear more, of course, but the bike actually, it's for the stock bike, it's super. I really like.
Yeah, I'm keen to get on one. So the holiday season has just finished, and you've probably shot hundreds of photos, whether it's on your iPhone or your digital camera, and now they're just living in your camera roll. That is where Aura Frames comes in. Aura is a digital picture frame, but it's not like those kind of old cheesy ones from 10 years ago. This thing has an incredible display and showcases photos better than on your phone. You download the app, connect to your Wi-Fi, and you can upload them all from your phone. No memory cards, no subscriptions, no hassles. What I love the most about this frame though is the way that you can share the uploads to your friends and family. I got family that lives overseas, so we can all just upload new photos to our frame that sits in my house. The Carver Mat is their best-selling frame, and it's also my personal favorite. Right now, you can save $35 on the Carver Mat by visiting auraframes.com and using the promo code GypsyGang at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code GypsyGang. Remember to use that promo code by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. So I want to go back a bit. We'll get to the Ducati, but I want to go back to growing up in Sicily.
Yeah.
And how you even get into this whole thing.
Actually, I had a cousin who was riding around like a CR 250, like next to my house, like all the time, up and downs. And
so
then,
he was basically the coolest guy in the world.
Yeah, he was. I was really looking up to him, and my father never raced. because his father didn't allow him to do anything with racing. So I have 3 sisters, and I'm 9 years after the last sister. So my father really wants a guy, you know, to put it on a bike. And my cousin was riding around with this CR250, and I really remember I was in love with that bike. It was such a nice noise, you know.
Do you remember what year it was?
It was 90.
Okay.
Yeah, so 89 or 90.
Yeah.
I was just waking up from this noise and
the smell coming through the window.
So not long after, I think maybe 2-3 months after, my father bought a little bike for me, and he said to me, "Oh, go to the garage. There is something." And so I go there, and I saw the bike, and I was I think from that day for 3-4 years, because I had the same bike for 4 or 5 years until I was 8 or 9. I was riding every day, like maybe 2-3 hours a day, like no stop. And I think it was the best days of my life, because I come from school and then go riding, and was really enjoying the things. And that's how it starts. That's more or less. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you can remember those times well?
Yeah, I remember well. Also because in the meantime they made a track there. My cousin made a track close to my house, and I started seeing more riders, more people getting involved in this, and it was like a little community with maybe 10-15 bikes riding. So it was really, really, really good times. Yeah.
What did you like about it?
I like the noise. Let's say I really enjoy a lot to hear the bike, and the smell, of course, of the 2-stroke, the jumping, the adrenaline that just when they go up the hills, you know, comes to my body. This was more or less what I remember. It's a long time ago, but still remember quite well.
And were you competitive straight away? Like you wanted to win, you wanted to go faster, and.
Actually, not so much. Until I was probably 11, 12, I was also, because we have no comparison, not many people riding in Sicily, so I have no idea. I was the best of my class, let's say, but the level was quite low, to be honest, because at one point I had to race with the 80cc in the 1-5 class, because I was lapping everybody on my class, so I had to ride with the bigger bikes. And then I start to enjoying a bit, winning also with them, and then I moved I started racing with the 250s,
with the
80s, and
really?
I still fighting for the top 3. And then at one point to say, okay, we had to start to do some bigger races, and I was like probably 12, 13. So from there on, we had to start driving to northern Italy. It was quite far, because there was no closest race than 2,000 kilometers for us to drive up and down. So we started to do the Italian Championship, like 80cc, and from that we start seeing a bit that I was my thing to do the motocross, and I was like finishing 4, 5, 3. By the way, that bike was like 3 years older than the other guys, old tires, whatever. And since somebody started helping us a bit, giving some parts and stuff and this and that, so after slowly we move to a better bike, and we start winning the Italian Championship 85. In the 98, then 99, we won the European Championship 85. So after that, it starts a bit, but it took a while, and a lot of hours of driving to the places for me. Yeah.
Did it come easy to you, the riding, just from day one? Or do you think you just spent so much time doing it that you got better?
I think it's like I said, if you don't have a guy to watch up to, it's difficult to improve. So I think I could be better earlier if I burned somewhere else, where there was like a guy who knows what to tell me, because my father never raced, so he didn't really know what to. He always told me also slow, because he was scared.
Yeah.
So he never say to me, he never was mad at me if I do. This is how it should be, with a kid, because when you are a kid, you need to just enjoy. You don't need to have pressure and stuff from parents. That's what I hate.
It's crazy sometimes.
Sometimes it's too much, and that's why a lot of people gonna stop riding.
Yeah.
When they are 18, they say, okay, stop. I don't want to do it professional anymore, because there's too much pressure. And that was not my case. My father always say, slow, no problem. You just need to enjoy and riding. But yeah, at one point I start to become a bit more competitive, of course, because I see that other people had a better stuff than me, and I still beat them. And then, I think I need to put my head on this, and my family support me from what they had. They just leave me with a team who was already a better team than what my father could do, and then I start to improve a bit, and just to see also other riders, like higher level riders. Just by watching them, you can learn a lot of stuff. So that's how it starts, and now after the history become.
What did you think you were going to do when you grew up before you knew you were going to be a professional motocross rider?
I don't know. Actually, I like soccer a lot, so I was really good playing soccer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like a lot of kids in Italy. So
do you say soccer or football?
I say calcio, so soccer.
Okay. Yeah.
I really enjoy. I still now I play a lot, and when my knee is not too bad, so I thought maybe soccer, like anyone else does it.
Yeah.
But then I did also karate, for a couple of years. I move a bit around some things, but then in the end, when I was probably 11, 12, I say, no, this is the direction where I want to go. And then my family support me as they could with that, and with the federation helping a bit, we try to find the right path, to go.
Was the Italian Federation big with supporting young riders back then? Because you talked to Sebastian Tortelli, and the French Federation was very important in him being able to do what he did.
Okay, I think the Italian Federation and the French one are the ones who really in Europe that are really good with supporting kids. In my time unfortunately was not the best time. They helped me a bit, but not as I do now, as I do the last years, where they have a good structure for that. But they still help me. I think they really helped me to find in the end, especially the last move I did, going to the Cairoli Yamaha was also from their help. So was really a big thing for me.
Yeah. Okay. Did you hurt your knee doing motocross, or it's just like a old?
Doing motocross.
So you actually did. Yeah. So you've had all the surgeries and stuff like that, and it's never gone fully back to 100%.
No, it's I hurt it bad in South Africa in GP in 2008, and after that, I still didn't recover so well. Start to get some problems, and then I twisted again, and then my cartilage a bit start to get not good, and after deteriorating. I keep running on it because I really enjoy running a lot, which was not perfect for the knee, but that was more or less the normal course of the deterioration, of so many years.
Yeah. Fuck, that's such a bummer when you love running to have something like that go away, because it's sort of kind of deletes running
Yeah,
for
I'm
you.
missing it so much because what I did, I mean, what you can do with that, you cannot replace with other things, or you can, but you need to really.
That changes your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to wait as long as possible to do that.
Yeah. Let's see.
So you end up having some support. You start to win the European Championship. Did you ever race the World Championships as a junior?
No.
So there was there World Championships when you were a junior?
Yes, there was. Yeah.
Why didn't you end up racing those?
Because I think Italian Federation didn't select me on a few times.
Really?
But I was not one of the best on my class on that time. And the year I think I won the European Championship, I think I was slightly injured on that year, and I couldn't do it. But actually, I didn't ride also never European 125, never European 250, and I just went to from like 1 to 5 Italian Championship. I went to the MX2 World Championship. Yeah,
That's crazy.
and I finished third.
That's so wild.
First year.
So that was with the Carli, yeah?
Yeah, I was with Honda in 2003. I tried to qualify some GPs, but I never made it 1 to 5. I won the Italian Championship 1 to 5, but then I was like giving up because I say I cannot. This team was a team.
That bike was pretty shit, eh?
The bike was slow, yeah, to be honest. And plus myself, they didn't let me train because they were a team with riders already on the top, and they don't know really how to grow a young one. So they put me a bit on the side, and so I didn't. I actually 2002 and 3 I lose a bit. I think 2 years because of this team. They helped me okay with bikes and stuff, but
Nothing else.
nothing else. Also not how to set up the bike. I didn't know nothing. So was 2 years where I really. That's why end of 2003 I want to stop. Let's say stop riding. I want to go back to Sicily, to my town, and do something else. But then I get a possibility to go test with the Carli Yamaha in 2004, end of 2003 for 2004, and then where everything changed. Yeah.
Imagine if you quit.
Yeah, I was very close to quit. My mother say, if you come here, you need to go work. So let's think really good what you want to do. Maybe try a bit harder and then see. So I say, okay, let's try this last possibility and see.
Man, just one person having one conversation changes all of motocross history. Like, imagine if your mum was like, "No, Tony, come home.
Because normally
I make a pasta."
Yeah, normally Italian moms will when see they are really until you are 35, 40, they still keep you at home. But no, she was really because she really see that I really like this thing, and she say, okay, just if you want to come, okay, you can come, but I suggest to keep trying a bit and see with this new opportunity if it's working.
Have you ever talked to your mum about that time and said, like, I'm so glad you said that?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked with her a few times about thing, and she was like, she didn't want to have any credits about that, but was a big thing, yeah.
Yeah. And so you, at the time, so those first 2 years, 2002, 2003, you'd moved away from Sicily?
Yeah, I moved to northern Italy. So I was living in near Venice with the team.
That's where you live now, yeah?
No, now I moved to close to Rome, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you were in Venice for the first time, living away from your family for the first time, and then racing for this team.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it was a very tough...
yeah, that's a tough time.
Tough time because I was alone, let's say. The mentality also in like northern Italy, it's more cold. Let's say it's not really how we are used to in Sicily. If a guy comes, I take him at my house and he stays with me and I cook for him and whatever. They say, oh, there is your room. See you at the track, let's say. So it was tough, big changes. Also because I didn't have money to live, also because my family didn't have so much money, so they probably give me 150 euro a month, to live, and which was like, I couldn't even buy the food with that. So okay, the apartment they given for free, the team, but all the rest I had to pay myself. Also, I need to eat good. I cannot eat bad things, and so it was very tough. 2 years that I really struggled a lot, and which I think made my character good for the upcoming challenges, that I had to face. But I think it helps. It helps. This hard times helps always to grow up a better, let's say, character.
And do you think that a lot of guys that make it to factory teams these days, do they have to go through those same challenges, do you think?
Of course, now the the times change, and everything is easier for everybody. Even flight home, it's cheaper than it was 20 years ago. Like when I was there, if I want to fly home, I think I'd fly home maybe in 2 years, maybe 3 times.
So you were just driving everywhere?
No, I was with the train because I have no driving license, so I had to take the train. But the train took me 24 hours of train.
Bro,
to go home. So
back to Sicily?
Yeah, 24 hours.
No way.
Of train. So the flight was crazy expensive, so we couldn't afford it. So I say maybe in 2 years I go home 3 times. I remember also Christmas being there at home alone, because I couldn't go home. So it was a very, very tough, I had to say, very tough time, which now it's impossible that the kids of those days will face that.
Do you look back on those times as good times eventually, though?
Yeah, I had some fun, meeting people around was fun. I don't know if I could do it again, but I think I don't know also if I want my kids to do it, something like that. But for me, it works, and I really, really enjoy it. And, okay, it was tough, but I enjoy a lot of things.
It's funny you say that. So I just took like 5 months off doing the podcast, and I was thinking a lot about, like, it's been 7 years or 8 years that I've been doing this, and it worked out to be like every 5 days for 8 years. I like made a podcast basically. I just didn't take any time off, and there were some times that were so bad, and the struggle to do the job was so hard. And as I was like writing it all down, and I thought back, I'm like, if I had to do this again, I actually don't think I would do it. No. Like, I look back fondly on it now, and I'm glad that I pushed through, and I'm glad that I made it happen. But I'm like, if I actually had to go back, I'm not sure. Or not if I had to go back, because I guess if you go back, you'd do the same thing. Yeah. But if that new shit, if I had to come again, I'd be like, oh, I'm done. I'll go do something else.
Yeah, it's if you watch back, it's difficult. But on that time where you never express other things, for me was new. So I thought it was the way to do it, but it wasn't. So that's why I think 2 years of my career could be better. The 2 years I could be faster to the top if somebody really like the Carli would see me before, or other teams who has the skills to let grow a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's how it is. It is how it is.
Yeah, and the lessons that you learned and the hardship that you faced in those 2 years would have done a lot to forge you into the person that could go on to win so many world championships. Yeah, for sure. I mean, all the struggle that you face, with racing, also with driving, and sleeping on a van, for 12 hours, and then wake up and go racing, and then drive back, sleep, and then go to school. And those years in. Where I was like living for this amount of money, saving and trying to ride and eat and and do things. It's really helping me now with the problems that can come up now. I mean, for me, it's just, man, if you're healthy, it's for the rest. I don't care. Everything is possible. What was your motivation back then?
Yeah, motivation was to show, myself that I could be on a top 5, let's say, in the world, in my class. I didn't really think I could win a title, but I really thought I could be the best Italian, guy on that time I was riding. So my main motivation was on that time to see, let's see if I can be top 5, in MX2 on that time will be a great, success, let's say.
Mm. So do you remember riding that 04 Ducati for the first time?
Yeah, actually, it was a very fun moment because I was driving down from Venice with my family with a car. So we drive back because I go take all my stuff.
So just right there's a good day.
Yeah, so we passed Rome and we had this test with the bike. So immediately when I arrived, I saw the bike that I had to ride, and I thought, this bike looks nice. And they just by seeing me, they just fit everything perfect, like different foot pegs and lower subframe and things that I never have seen before, on the other team. So when I arrived, immediately I felt super comfortable, even if it was a 250 and I was riding 1 to 5. Normally it's a big step when you from 1 to 5 to 250, and you struggle a bit in the beginning.
Had you ever rode a 250 before?
No, it was the first time.
Wow.
So I was there, and it was already a good 250 because Federici was my teammate at that time, and he was going for the title in MX2 on that year. So the bike was one of the best. Okay, we were not a factory team, but the bike was even better than the factory one. So I was, I think this is going to be tough, because of 250, and I was really small and really skinny. Probably, I don't know, 52 kilos, something like this on a 250.
Wow.
55. But yeah, Claudio, the Carli, set up the bike for me, and he come to me and say, yeah, you don't need to show me that you are fast. Just enjoy, try the bike and see if you like. So I started riding. I didn't stop for, I don't know, half an hour riding. And then I stopped, changed a little something, and then riding again another half an hour. And while he was watching me, and I thought he needs to decide if he wants to take me or not. So I really want to go fast, but I remember what he said. He said to me, don't do stupid things, just ride nice, technical, and don't risk nothing. So I was riding quite well, but still the lap times were good because Federici, the guy, was riding also training, and I probably was 2 seconds away from him on the first moment trying the 250 bike, and he was riding for winning the world title. So, but I didn't know the times. He told me this after the Carli. So, and I stopped, and then he told me, okay, take your stuff and go home. So I was like, oh shit. They didn't take me. And then he said after, pick up new stuff, make your own bag, and come back to Rome next week. So there I was like, wow, this is cool. Maybe this is the change for my career. And it was. So the week after I took the train, less hours because it was halfway. So yeah. 10 hours of train. So it was quite okay. So I went back to Rome, and then we started the program. So immediately at the first international races that we do, pre-season races, I was second, third on the MX2. And they were good guys who normally go for top 5 in the MX2 class in the World Championship.
Was it in Sardinia that they did those races, or?
Actually, at that time, no. It was Mantova and some other races. Montevarchi was. So I was I think we are on the right direction. So after that, we stayed together for
a long time.
20 years, yeah.
Wow, was it that
same
long?
Team. End of 2003, and I stopped with them end of 2023.
Wow.
Yeah. 20 years.
That's crazy. So how did it come about? You said that the federation had a little bit to do with that?
Yeah, actually, the Carli always want to have a South, because the team is from South, the Carli. So you want to really have help always, kids who has no possibility to to ride to.
Yeah. So it was Claudio, right?
Yes.
So
Claudio.
where was he from?
He's from Rome.
So yeah, which is sort of southern Italy.
It's like
yeah,
center south.
yeah, yeah.
So he really wants to help. Who is like guys from south? He really appreciated more. So, yeah. Then he took me, and the Federici was the other guy on the team. He was also riding. He's from Rome, so he was from south. So the package was quite good. We really fit everybody together really well. And after we started working, and immediately we go. The first year at MX2, I was third, 2004, and then the year after I won the World Championship in MX2. So after that, we find a good compromise, let's say.
Who won the 04 World Championship on the 250?
Ben Townley.
There was Townley.
Yeah,
that
Townley,
was the year that he
Rattray,
won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what year it was that he won, but it was. And then 05, he went 450.
Yes.
And then him, Stefan and
Smets, Coppens and Smets.
They all battled for the championship. Man, what a crazy, just 2 years of suffering.
Yeah.
To then get given the best bike, essentially.
Best bike for the MX2, yes.
Yeah.
For me, it was the best bike. KTM was also doing really well at the time, but I had opportunities to move to factory Yamaha for 2005 because I finished third. I was the first Yamaha guy in 2004. But I tried the bike and I say, no, I want to stay with the Carli bike.
What made the bike better?
Yeah, he's such a good tuner, and he's such a good also. He see things, let's say, before it happens. So I think you have not so many people in the world like that. Now I have seen also in America, a lot of teams seeing people working, and I think there is not many that you can. Okay, Mitch is one of that for sure in US. Now also Ziggy, from Factory Connection, will be working with him, really enjoying, really thinking a lot, when prepping as single parts, and actually it's the old style people that are really doing things more manually than just engineering and stuff,
Yeah, okay, yeah, because I remember how cool those bikes were back then. And I mean, that was when I was just peak obsessed with, you know, and I was growing up in Australia, like very far away, and we'd get the it'd be like on the SBS, like some of the free channels at weird times, we'd see the World Championship. So I was just scraping to follow anything that I could. And I remember seeing some like training videos of you on that bike in the sand, and it was just like, wow, this is unbelievable. This little dude just
the bike.
It's
also sand riding for me was tough. To learn how to ride the sand, that was a big challenge because in Sicily we have on the sand is only on the beach, and we have like super hard packed tracks everywhere. Even in Italy, I mean, everywhere in Italy also now it's. Okay, nowadays, more kids can ride the sand. Okay, you have more. The bikes are easier to ride the sand. The tracks gets also in Belgium and Holland gets easier because they flattened more than before. Before they just leave it like for the week, and when you go training on Friday, there, pumps like this, 20 seconds slower than a Dutch guy. Now everything is more. Let's say easier. Let's say in some ways for sand riding, but that was a big struggle. Mark the Rever helped me a lot with that because when I moved from the Carli, we went. When I did the test of the bike, and then we stayed like maybe a month in Rome riding, and then he told me, if you want to improve, we need to move to Belgium, which I never ever seen like a sand. In my life, only in the beach. I did some beach races in Italy, but it's completely different riding thing. So I went in the winter in Belgium and Holland, and it was like a drama.
Freezing cold.
First like three months, I was like, where I'm going, like 15, 20 seconds slower lap than Mark and on the sand. and then start riding with him a bit. And also we have a bit of the same character. Let's say really easy going, and he give me some tips and stuff. And he was on that moment, the best sand rider. I see it there. So I really improve a lot quickly from 20 seconds. I got to 15, then to 10, then to 5, then to 2, and then we were battling in the end of the year. So it was like such a big improvement, and I really, that was really fun times for me.
That has to be. I've spoke to Todd Waters about this.
Yeah.
Did you get to hug Todd?
Yeah,
when he was over there. And he said that he went over there and he was killing it in Australia. He was like the man, one of the best sand riders in Australia too. He'd win a lot of the sand races. And then he was saying that he'd come in and ask the mechanics for the times, and they're like, "Don't worry about it."
No.
And he's like, "What do you mean, don't worry about it? Tell me all the time." They're like, "Yeah, no, you don't want to know." It was 15 seconds a lap off Jeff, and he was like, "Fuck, how am I supposed to do this?"
Yeah.
But I mean, he ended up like, you adapt over time.
Yeah, you adapt. Yeah, it's different riding. It's completely different sand ridings, because there is a lot of ruts and a lot of bumps everywhere. So it's not like a beach race where you can move around the track easy and you can ride the sand. There it's quite a tricky place to. You need to really ride to. Even now, if I go riding, if I don't ride for 2 years and I go there, I take like maybe 3 weeks, before I'm on a rhythm again, because you forget. I mean, somehow the tracks. It's a really you forget how gnarly they are.
What were the tips that really helped you?
The tips, I think. In the sand, you need to really on that kind of tracks. It's just you need to ride a lot. It's just you cannot learn things just by how they normally tell you to do a corner or stuff. There you just ride and ride. More you ride, more you face the problems that you see, and then you try to adapt and seeing other people riding and see how they play with the throttle and how they move around the track and lines and stuff, how the bumps develop. It's a very, very difficult thing. I think it's the most trickiest thing I ever faced. Learning how to ride the Belgium and Dutch sand. Yeah.
Who was the best you ever saw?
I think Jeffrey for me is. How natural he rides. But now also the Wolf. I think it's really making a bit better than him, because he's more tall and moving a bit more comfortable on the bike. I think he can really make another step on the sand riding skills. But yeah, I mean, when you grow there on that tracks, it comes natural to you to ride like that. So it's normal. I mean, if somebody from another country is the best sand rider, it's strange, because you need to really like grow up there and see.
You ended up being so good in the sand though.
Yeah, I was quite good. I was really enjoying it. It's still my favorite soil. I really enjoy the sand riding. Of course, not as fast as Jeff in some situation, but sometimes, like I said, my mental stuff could play a bit a role on it, and we could race together some races. But also, there is 2 or 3 races, during the year in the sand. So I was never focused on beating him on the sand. For me, was, let's say the calendar is big. He will beat me on that races. I mean, I'm okay with it. If I can beat him somewhere else, I mean, okay. If I can beat him in the sand, I'm really happy about it. But it's not really
wasn't going to make or break the championship. Yeah. Did you race Southwick when you did your?
Never Southwick.
Oh, you didn't do the Southwick when you were here?
No. No Southwick.
It would have been awesome just to do one sand race in Australia.
Yeah, I would like to do maybe this year. I would try to see what the races can be and see if this year I can make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That would be it would be pretty cool just to see, because I mean, if you look at Prado's season was pretty terrible in the US last year.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
gets to Southwick and is like looks pretty good. Obviously,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
still
yeah.
like off the pace, but if you look at where he was at another race to that, you're like, okay, there's obviously something to the whole sand track.
Yeah,
thing.
for sure. You can adapt a bit better, and we can survive of bike problems or whatever with the technique. You know, if you are used to ride that kind of tracks. So I mean, I would be interested to do it this year. I had some testing done there last year.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the place. So let's see.
Yeah. What did you make of Jorge's season last year?
Yeah, I was surprised, to be honest, like everyone else, because of course, I mean, the bike can be not fitting his style, but somehow you need to be better a bit than what about that, you know. And yeah, I didn't really had the chance also to spoke with him about what the real problems were and what he really faced to be such a difficult season for him. So, but yeah, still I cannot imagine, you know, there was such a big problem from the bike.
Yeah, it is hard to see, just because I mean I've watched him in Europe, like he's unbelievable. You know?
Yeah, he's such a great technique, such a great starts, which help him for sure a lot. Also, so seeing him like struggling so much was kind of strange. Yeah, I could imagine on Supercross, because you didn't born riding Supercross, and it's normal if you need time to adapt. But on outdoor, yeah, kind of strange. Yeah.
All right, so the holidays are over. They wrecked me. The traveling wrecked me. Flying to South Africa wrecked me. Flying to America wrecked me. I wasn't on the training program. I was eating airport food. But now it's time to lock in. So this year, I'm doing something about my health and fitness with Bubs Natural Collagen Peptides. So here's the deal. Starting in about your mid-20s, your body's collagen production starts declining. Collagen is basically the glue that holds your body together. It's why your joints start aching, your skin loses that glow, and your hair just gets that little bit thinner. All the stuff we blame on getting older has a lot to do with your collagen levels dropping. Bubs helps restore those levels. Since I've been using it, my joints feel better, my recovery after training is noticeably faster, and it's dead simple. Just mix a scoop into your coffee or smoothie. It's tasteless, no weird texture, and it dissolves instantly. And what I really love about Bubs Naturals is the story behind the brand. Bubs was created in honor of Glenn Bub Doherty, a Navy SEAL who gave his life protecting Americans in Benghazi. His best mates started this company to honor his legacy, and they donate 10% of all profits to charity. On top of that, the product is legit, no junk. It's third-party tested, NSF certified for sport, and Whole30 approved. Live better longer. For a limited time, you can get 20% off your entire order at Bubs Naturals by using the code GYPSYGANG at checkout. Just head to bubsnaturals.com and use code GYPSY. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them, support the show, and tell them that the Gypsy Gang sent you. So 2004, you get third. What did you learn in that year? Did that give you a new confidence? Because your goal was like, if I could be top 5 in MX2, I'm going to be chilling. And then you get third in the whole championship. So what did you learn in that year? Did you win any overalls that year?
Yeah, I win Namur, which was the Belgium historic race. So
what a crazy track!
Yeah, wow, so nice. I really enjoyed that race, and I won it. So really special, you know, for winning that race. And
was that the last year?
No, 2007 was last year.
Okay, yeah. What made that track so cool?
It's just a straight way, you know, around this big park, you know, with like monuments and stuff.
Yeah, there's like castles and stuff in the background.
And you go up the castle side, you know. Yeah, it was just amazing, you know, something really special. Also, how many people were around, and you pass close to the houses. You have one place where it's asphalt on the ground, so it's just a unique place. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was your first win?
First win, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wild to get your first win there.
Yeah, it's crazy to win my first GP on the track. Nice. Yeah.
And so what did that do for you mentally?
Yeah, mentally, I thought, okay, then if I grow up so quick, in such a short time, because end of 2003, I start riding. So at 4 months, let's say 3-4 months, and I was able to be on the top 3, you know, in MX2. I say, okay, next year I for sure I can go for the win. So I was motivated that I could be world champion the year after. Yeah. Yeah, it was such a short time. A lot of things changed. Yeah.
What changed about, like, did your riding improve a lot, or do you think that you were just held back by the Honda that you were riding? Like, what do you kind of attribute to the success?
A mix of stuff. Okay, bike setup that was completely wrong. Training, I was not training well because I didn't know how to train, because nobody tell me what to do. So when I arrived in the team, we had the program, we had the physical training. We were followed really good on this side. So I really grew up quickly, also physically, and my endurance and everything. I was more strong, and the bike was better. I always got all shots. Like probably in that time we were like racing, I think 14 or 15 rounds, and I was like 12 rounds I got all shots. So it's
it makes it easier.
And then I a little bit go back because I was not still fit, you know, as the other riders. So I was sometimes I dropped to 6, to 5, to 4, but never to 10 or 11. So I always was quite consistent during the year, you know, with my points. So I could, in the end of the season, I was third. So which was great, and I really know where I need to work, you know, for 2005 too, because the speed was there, the start was there. So we need to improve on endurance.
Yeah, just like one more box to tick then. Would you say you're naturally a fit guy?
Possible, yeah. I think because even now, like the year I didn't ride, like 2023, I didn't ride because I was a team manager of the team, and I did one race where it was in Belgium with the 250. Probably that was a summer break, and also my riders were riding there, like Sasha and Liam, Elzinga, and a couple of other MX2 riders, and I won the race. So,
dude,
I was like, and it was a big sand track, like with the big bumps, and I was like,
that's actually insane.
That was crazy. That was really what also tell me I think I can still ride for a couple of years, because just I mean it's not a time to. There will be a time where I cannot ride anymore, and then it's too late. You know, you cannot enjoy stuff anymore. So I say, let's do it, and let's go to this Ducati thing and try to, you know, make it happen and do some racing around the world, and just for fun.
What was the vibe in the truck after you beat all those kids?
Not so good. No good vibes. But yeah, I didn't meant to slow them down or whatever. I just was a great thing. They pay good, you know, for this race, and they told me, you want to race? I said, okay, let's go. So actually I took the bike of Adamo because he was not racing, and I say, can I borrow your bike? And I go racing, and then we won. So
that's insane, dude.
That was crazy. Yeah.
I bet your pit and the boys were just like,
yeah,
this is ridiculous. You get beaten by your team manager, boys. Yeah. Like that's not the vibe.
That's not fun.
Oh, that's unreal. So, who was the toughest competitor that you were faced with around that time, do you think?
Well, I think Jeffrey's one, and
no, more the 2004-5.
I think
Purcell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really strong mentally also. Really tough guy to fight. It was really tough to fight, to find like a weak point on him, because he he was quite a strong guy and really technical, and also didn't show much around, and really close it, so you didn't really see where to attack him in which way. So yeah, I think Purcell on that years was strong. Yeah.
So you would kind of just like the way that you're talking about these guys is you kind of have them figured out mentally.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as much, obviously you had to beat them on the track with speed and starts and fitness and like all the normal things. But the mental side of beating guys and knowing how to beat guys is a different thing.
Yeah, for sure. I always play a bit also this kind of things. And I know Jeffrey was really, in the case of Jeffrey, he was really obsessed of, myself on that years. He wants to know everything, where I go ride, where my setting, where and this, and because, we were in the same team, so everything was shared. While I never even think about him, I just think he's fast, he's fit, so I need to train. I don't want to know where he's riding. If he's riding 3 times or 4 times, I don't care. If he's running air fork or whatever, I don't care. But which was opposite from his side, like want to know everything and then obsessed, on this thing. But you burn energy on doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's just character, of the people. And with Christophe was a bit tough because he was more similar as me. Let's say he was really easygoing and really don't give a shit around and do stuff. So I couldn't really play the game because we were a bit on the same line, let's say. But with others, you always try to find the weakest point, let's say, and try to put always the finger, in the wound, we say, and then try to just play a bit around.
So how did you use that against Jeff?
No, with Jeffrey, I know that he was doing that, so I was trying to, mix things. Let's say, let's say that we go here and then we go there, and then we ride sometimes in the track together. I know he wants to be the fastest guy, like by not only by like a cent, by 2 seconds. So until he couldn't be that, he was riding. So sometimes you crash if you want to really push the limits. So let's say we play a bit like these games. We never ride together so much, but sometimes when it happens, we try to. I try to make him ride long, to see if something happens. Because I know he wants to. Yeah. He wants to always be the fastest guy. Now it's a bit less, I think, last years, because he realized it's not always the lap times, but on those years when you wanna always show I'm the man. I'm fastest, but not only a little bit. I'm super fast. But on that, if you always play with the limit, sometimes you find it. You find out. So I was just trying to play this kind of stuff.
Was there anyone else that you were really able to dig in under their skin over the years?
Actually, I didn't had really the will to do it with some others, but some other players, riders, because because we play around. I say players, but other riders were really too strict with their schedule and too professional. So there was not really, for me, a way to will attack them. Like with the Sal, for example, I know he was a strong guy mentally, maybe not the fastest in a lot of things, but he was always there. So to beat him, I just had to be consistent and to be faster than him, because he was always there, second, third, first. So it was not really a plan to do it. I just had to deliver all the time. And with for example, with Jeffrey was sometimes injury. You could play a bit more like this kind of stuff. because he will react to your let's say bites.
Yeah.
And others, they just like professional. They ride, they do their things, and you just need to beat them on track.
Yeah, and I think Porcel was a guy that was very closed off.
Yeah.
Very guarded, didn't give away, like just nothing.
Yeah, I remember he was, because before we prepared the gates, and he never show up for the gate prep. He just take whatever gate he wants. But normally, there is not the rule. You can take, of course, whatever you want if you are in front. But between the riders, you would say, oh, you take this gate, yeah, I take this gate. So you start preparing. So we all prepare a perfect gate, and then you just arrive like 10 seconds before, and you just take one. And then everything is messing.
No way.
I have to go somewhere else. And the other one has to go somewhere else.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was playing some shit as well.
He was playing, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did he normally out-qualify you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So did he have that first gate pick a lot of times?
He always had for most of the time, yes, because he was really fast on lap times. Yeah.
Yeah.
He quite often he was first. Yeah.
He was a freak talent.
Yeah.
He must have had, they talk about eye speed.
Yeah.
And how quickly guys see things.
Yeah.
He had almost a Jet Lawrence level of eye speed.
Yeah.
How far he looked down the track and how fast he was able to flow through things. It just wasn't so much braking and stopping and hard acceleration. No. It was just flow. Just so much speed.
He didn't reach for sure what he could. I think he could reach much more than he did. I really like him, as a rider. Technical wise and line choice and everything, it was amazing. Of course, I think if he had maybe a different mentality, he could be like more friendly in some ways with some teams and stuff, and try to make a longer life, let's say, for him. But he's like that, so he's special guy. Also, I really like. I still see him around, those days, and still quite friendly, and we nice. We hang out quite nice together. Yeah, he doesn't have so much friends on the time, but we were contender, but we still had somehow we like each other, on the out of the track. Yeah,
probably just like a mutual level of respect for how gnarly both of you were.
Yeah, possible. Yeah,
I think he raced Fox Hill this year, didn't he?
Yeah,
on the two-stroke.
Yeah, he told me. I'm not racing so much, but he's racing a lot of races. And he also told me, I'm not training so much, but he's training. And I think undercover he's training.
Yeah.
I tell I'm training but he doesn't. But then when he race, you see that he's
fit.
He's fast also, yeah.
Yeah, because I think he beat Tommy Searle at the Fox Hill race. I was watching some of the highlights from it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was seeing like one Supercross race in Italy, like was September this year. And there was like a lot of riders like from America also there, and on the single lap he was fast. You see him.
Oh, so he did the Supercross.
Yeah, it was like not really a real Supercross track, but it was like the fast cross. It was one race in Italy where it's a little bit mixed between motocross and Supercross, and he was racing there, and he told me, I'm not riding anymore, and this and that. But when you see him riding, you see that he was fast.
Yeah. He did have a weird attitude though.
I don't know his time in America how he was, but maybe you know better than me. But
yeah, dude, he straight up tried to fight me one night.
Yeah.
The night he broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you got one arm. I don't care how good you can fight. You're not beating me with a flat. This ain't gonna go. Mitch was sitting there and he was just like, what the fuck is getting just out of nowhere? Never spoke to the guy before either. So I was like, bro, I think that you have a weird sense of what you're capable of at the moment. That confidence obviously helped with racing though.
Yeah, for sure.
Because dude, he was just insane.
Yeah.
And just some of the lines and the creativity and just the way he rode. It wasn't just the speed, it was the way he rode.
Somehow he was like a big talent, yeah.
Who overall, who was some of the best riders that you ever saw?
Overall,
Because you've seen everyone. Like when you started racing, or the World Championships, Stefan Everts, you've raced Jet at Motocross of Nations. Like this is the whole spectrum. You've raced all of the greats in America, all of the greats in Europe. You're one of the greats yourself. Like you would have a very unique perspective. And obviously the bikes change. And so now like Jet is the best, but it's like he's the best on a 2025 equipment with the sport, you know, so if there's like a way to even it all out, like who was the best guy?
Yeah, it's tough. Of course, I've thought about this a lot, but the equipment from now you cannot compare for sure from what the equipment that was like 25 years ago. But if you see, of course, Jet for me, yeah, I mean how he does stuff outdoors and Supercross, and how his race craft, how his mental approach to the race. Yeah, for me, it's actually, I'm thinking at the moment, for me, Jet is, it's the best for me. I was a big fan of James, of course. I mean, we are same age. I look up to him a lot, you know, because how he rides the bike, it's something crazy. Things that he does with the bike, unbelievable. But yeah, you have like this off moments where it's not complete, you know, like Jet it is. Of course, maybe Jet is not so spectacular how it was, which you can judge. Okay, it's not so spectacular how Stewart was, but but he's more efficient and he's more safe. Okay, now his injury, of course, but it can happen at his speed to crash. But when you see him riding and you follow him around the track, it's like doing things that you think, okay, easy there. I can go through that place, and then you go there and you come out at ruts and you're like, no, was not the case.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so I think somehow we developed some kind of, himself with the bike, with the package that fits perfect. Or maybe you go to another brand and it's not as efficient as it is now, but at the moment with this package, I think is the best, yeah.
So you're literally watching him, you're on the same track and you're like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
As a 9-time world champion, one of the greatest riders of all time.
Actually, yeah, we there was this at the Motocross of Nations this year. We were like doing a lap together, and of course, I mean, I was riding a stock bike, so I need to also consider this thing, which is a big point of this. And plus, myself, I'm not reactive as I was like maybe 10 years ago. But yeah, past like trying to see what he was doing around the track, I was like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive what he does. Yeah.
There, he had some pretty wild lines on that track.
Yeah.
Some of the things that he was jumping over, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah, you just see the track thing completely different than other people. Also using berms and bumps and things that you don't think, you know, that you could actually do that way.
What about in terms of the GP stuff? Who was the best guy you ever saw ride over there?
About the GP, I mean, I will put myself on the top, I think. Yeah. But not because of speed, let's say, but of a mixed thing. Because our speed, we say, okay, we talk about Jeffrey already, but he's on a single lap on sand, he was fast on that time, and Geyser on a hard pack and some places is faster on that time. But I mean, I want to be a bit cocky this time, let's say, and I think I put myself on it because of the adapting to the different opponents I had to face. the consistency I put on the results, and and still now, I mean, I can, if I put back my head, on a training schedule, on a as I did like when I was racing, I'm sure I can be top 4, top 5, top 3, on the podium. So I think it's not common, this thing for many of the riders over there.
Yeah, no, I would. You won't
So
get any disagreements from me on that.
I would put myself on that time, on this.
When you talk about Jeff and Tim, that's a pretty epic rivalry as well. And they got very unlucky with injuries.
Yeah.
And the timing. Like, we've never really got a showdown between those guys for a full year, fully healthy, the way that maybe we would want to. But who do you think would have more raw speed out of those two?
I think Jeffrey with less injury. I think Jeffrey maybe will be a step ahead of Geyser. But I mean, I'm not a big fan of Jeffrey. To be honest, because of his riding style. It's not really my. But as the effort he puts, on training, is like an animal. He just want to be the fastest. But like I said before, not like a little bit, but a big amount, which was until probably a couple of years ago, because now he's getting older, so he also realized a bit that there is other things, but on that time, I think if he could learn a bit more to be a bit more under the limit and don't care about others, just do what's enough for win, I think he could reach more, for sure, more than what he has reached until now. But I think a lot of people agree with that.
Yeah, he's kind of Europe's James Stewart.
Yeah.
Like, just could have won a lot more world titles without the crashes and the injuries. It is a crazy drive that he had to be the best, the way that he did though, right? Like, how much energy would it take to just be that much of an animal?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, he's riding like, he was riding like 4 or 5 times a week, like from morning to night. And I mean, it takes a lot of energy, of course, be physically, but also mentally, to do that kind of stuff. And but it's normal. I mean, if you can win that, and you can ride so much, for sure you improve. You get your skills will improve. But yeah, it's a choice. He's now riding okay. He's still riding okay, of course, but I think he's facing a lot of the injuries that they have on the past. You can see him also while you see him riding. He's a bit more stiff, and he's not that like flexible, of course, in the sand that it was like years ago. So I mean, you will pay the price one day of what you have choice, in the past.
It's very true. What do you make of his switch to Honda?
I think money-wise was a good, of course, was a good move. We know, I mean, Japanese has a good salaries and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how we will adapt to the aluminum frame after so many years riding a KTM. But for sure, I mean, he's a hard worker. He will figure it out, and I think he will be on the top 3 for sure this year.
And then Geyser making a big change as well.
I think Geyser will be better for me.
Yeah.
I think on Yamaha, I don't know how long it will take to adapt, but I like the bike, how it looks, the Yamaha from outside, and I have friends reading it, and I really think it's a good bike for him.
So, as your test roll with Ducati, do you have to ride all the other bikes?
Yeah, we test basically everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would have a pretty good idea of what bike is. Yeah. Okay. Was it tough for you to transition to the alloy frame?
Actually, in the sand, yes, was tough.
In the sand?
Because the KTM frame, it's a bit more mellow, more, let's say, more following in the sand than aluminum frame, which is more rigid, so it's a bit more nervous.
A bit more reactive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes a while before you adapt back to the aluminum frame.
Is it something that after enough time it evens out to where it doesn't matter, or you think that it'll always have a slight edge to the more softer frames?
Yeah, I will always. I think iron frame, let's say, will adapt better on sand tracks.
Yep. So going back to those years, so you just start stringing the world championships together. So how many of the 250 titles did you win back to back?
No, 250 title, never back to back.
Oh, you never won it back to back?
No, I only won 2 titles. So I won 05 and 07.
What happened in 06 that cost you the title?
Yeah, I was 05. I win the title. Then we moved to aluminum frame.
Yes.
From Yamaha, and it took a while before we.
Yeah, so you have had experience before on that.
We adapt a bit. I lost the championship by 12 points, so I was not.
Who won that year?
Purcell.
That was Purcell's year, yeah.
So, we struggled the first rounds and we lost some points, and then in the end we came closer, 12 points only from the lead, but we lost the championship.
And then won again in
08, I lost because of injury in my knee. Yeah.
Okay. And then but 07 you won.
07 I won the title, yeah.
Yep. So then how did you adapt to winning in terms of like, it's not, you said you hadn't won world championships as a junior, you hadn't won the 125 world championships, like those sorts of lead up things. So your first taste of real winning was at the world championship level.
Yeah.
Did you just were you able to deal with that pressure? Like, do you think because of your personality, or was that a learning
I think
thing?
about my personality was not a big problem to adapt to the thing. Also to the pressure, I had the good mental strength, to could face with no problems. Of course, there is some weights on your shoulders, but I really could always could go through quite well.
Why do you think that was? Just natural?
I don't know. I think natural. Yeah, I always been problems never really affect me so much. I just go through quite easy. Let's say I could skip, quite well private life problems with racing. Even when my parents passed away in 2 different championship, 2011 when my mom passed away during the season, in 2014 when my father passed away. So both during the championship, so it was very tough, but I could really separate and just do the job.
Yeah. And so that was, you just think that was a natural part of your personality? It wasn't something that you got from anybody? Or?
No, I think just part of personality, yeah.
So as you start to become this world championship level guy, you're from the south of Italy where motocross isn't a big sport. Were you starting to mix with other athletes in other sports, like maybe Rossi or some soccer players or things like that? Like, did you start to get around guys from outside that were being successful in other sports?
Not really, because motocross in Italy, it's quite small. It's not like, it's not like in US where you can meet so many guys around. So not really. Of course, Rossi, yes, because he was also passionate for the sport, for motocross, and he was riding. So we ride a bit together sometimes. Then with rally, with cars, we meet around to do some rallies. And so, kind of stuff like this, yeah.
But so it wasn't like you kind of developed a circle of guys around you that were all... Yeah, it's wild to me that you just raw dogged this whole thing, you know, and you just ended up having the perfect formula to deal with the pressure and the perfect formula to deal with the balance of working and life outside. Like, yeah, it's just crazy that so much of this just comes so naturally.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just never, nothing never affected me. Even when it was 2012, I was leading the championship and I went to Sweden and I went 2 times DNF on the race. I was leading the championship and then I was 2 times DNF back to I think 40 points back and only 5 rounds to go, and everybody was devastated from the team. Like was like DNF because of mud. I got stuck and I couldn't pull the bike off. And then the second moto, some stone got behind the sprockets and locked. I couldn't really, so we had to DNF both motos. Everybody was like, oh, 5 races to go. I say, yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm healthy. We can still win the next 5 races and take the title. And everybody was like, yeah. So that's what we did. We win the next 5 races.
That's so crazy, I mean, dude.
I never see like something impossible if you're healthy and if you are motivated to do things.
Yeah.
Okay, if you break the arm and you cannot ride. I mean, I tried to ride with broken arm a couple of times, but it's a problem. But when something like other things happen, you just pass, just go to the next one and see.
I just love, so many people have to learn this philosophy, and so many people have to go through so much shit and read all these books and have all these people that mentor them, and that's a very natural thing for you. Like it's such a gift in life.
It comes like this, My parents always told me, I mean, if you're healthy, everything, I mean, it's fine. If you have no money, it's no problem. I mean, if you are healthy, it's fine. You can still make money.
And do you think that's a Sicilian thing, or that's just like specific to your family?
I don't know. I think it's can be a Sicilian thing or family thing, but I really agree with that. Also my career, I never thought about taking more money somewhere else if I switch a team or whatever. I could take maybe 2 times more if I go to another team. But then the daily life, I didn't really enjoy, to hang out with other people. And so I was really like, not, my career was not never on a money, for the contracts and stuff. Also with my brand, I stay with the brands. They helped me from the first moment until now. I'm still with a lot of the brands I start with. Other brands offer me more stuff, but I say, I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't need more. I just enjoy the people that helped me from the beginning, and I should be working. I should be, if I stop motocross, I was working somewhere else. So
yeah,
I'm quite let's say privileged to ride this and make money and try to hang out with the people that really helped me. Also, team-wise, the people who really helped me to win and know what to do. Okay, the budget's less because we are not a factory team, but I still win, and I can win for the next 10 years. Maybe I move to the other team, I take more money 1 year, and the year after I'm not like losing 1 year, and not enjoying 1 year with people I don't know, or I think they're not good to my to my career. So I stay where I am, okay, and I stay for longer. So just enjoying things, day by day.
And no matter what, you're making more than €125 a month.
No problem.
Yeah, it must have been a trip to grow up without a lot and have 3 older sisters, you be so young, and then just be a millionaire from racing dirt bikes. Like, that's a massive change.
Yeah, it's a massive change, but like I said, I lived until now. I mean, I don't live like a millionaire guy. I just enjoy little things. I mean, if I can have the gardener at home, I don't want it. I just do myself, because when I was small, I grew up doing it.
Yeah.
And not because I don't want to spend the money for the gardener sometimes. Okay, if it's a big work, for sure I call the gardener. I'm not pulling stuff on my back, but I have time. I will do it. My father learned me this. I still enjoy doing it, and I show my kids also how to do it, and it's nice.
What's the secret to a good life for you at this point in your life?
The secret, it's have time, to spend with your family, and still riding dirt bikes, because it's what I love to do, and being able to do whatever I want if I want to, and this is just enjoying the trip.
Just simple.
Yeah, simple. Not crazy stuff. No.
I love it. Yeah. So you lose. So we're probably about the bit where you win a title, lose a title, then you jump up to the 450 class.
Yeah. Then actually in 2007, when I was winning the MX2 title, Yamaha asked me to do the last round in 450.
Yep.
Because of Coppins has to win the championship, and they need some help because he was injured somehow.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, yeah. I mean, from 1 week to another one, I need to move from 250 to 450. But yeah, I will do. I will. I already won the title in 250.
Yeah, you'd already wrapped it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, okay, I will move to 450. Try to help him with some points. But yeah, we started. Only 1 week of testing. We started the race, and I was third and he was second. So I was trying to stay in the back and see what happened, but he started dropping back. So everybody, because it was too painful for him to hold on. And I say, okay, then what I do now? Then the board say to me, okay, do whatever you want, just go. Yeah. So I won the race. The last race in MXGP in MXON at that time, and I was quite surprised because we had a completely stock bike, only my suspension on it and handlebar, and that's it. So I was like, okay, maybe we need to move 450 next year because I'm already.
So you weren't planning on going 450?
No, actually, after I didn't go because of Yamaha, they didn't let me make the switch, so I had to stay 450. I had to stay 250. Then I get injury.
I remember that. Yep.
So I didn't move 450. I couldn't. They didn't let me pass. So I stay another year 250, and I get injury, and then finally I say, okay, now 2009 I want to move whatever Yamaha say I want to move. We still private team, so let's move to the 450, and yeah, we won the title first year in 450. Yeah.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Brunt Workwear, and I have got the brand new Marin boot here to show you guys right now. Over the last couple of years, I just wanted to get rid of doing the sneaker thing. They're not waterproof. They got super dirty, and I would end up with track shoes. I wanted to be able to rock some boots. I just made a lot more sense to wear boots. So I've switched to wearing boots, and now I've switched to wearing these Brunt boots. There's a super short break-in period, and they're lightweight, they're waterproof, they're slip and oil resistant, they're heat resistant, and they're electrical hazard rated. A lot of you guys that listen to this podcast, you're on job sites, you run a machinery, and you actually really need and test all of these features every single day. So now you can finally have durable work boots that are as comfortable out of the box as your sneakers, and over 500,000 customers agree. Brunt didn't just make a durable work boot, they've reinvented comfort for the hardest workers out there. For a limited time only, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt by using the code GYPSYGANG at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com and use the code GYPSYGANG and you are all set. And even better, Brunt will let you try this work boot risk-free on the job site. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. So please support our show by telling them that the Gypsy Gang sent you. Did you race Budds Creek Motocross Nations that year? Yeah.
What was 07.
What was that experience like?
That was tough because
getting absolutely worked by Villapoto.
He was so fast. Unbelievable. I was actually good because I was three and second.
Yeah,
and
you rode good that year.
I was second and third in MX2.
Yeah.
Second moto, I was fighting with for a couple of laps with Ricky.
Yeah.
I was leading, and then I ended up like 4 or 5. So I ride quite good. But yeah, Villopoto was just, I don't know, so fast on that track, and that bike was flying. Also was so fast. So actually, it was a big hit, because I mean he was the best in MX2 in America, and I was winning the World Championship MX2, and I was like quite far, on that race, but actually not too bad compared with the rest. So I was like, okay, I mean he was on another level, but the rest was quite okay. So it was a difficult race. Yeah.
Is that one of the single best performances anyone's ever done on a bike?
I think so. I mean, from what I remember, yes. Yeah.
Crazy, eh? Yeah. Was that the year that, I'm trying to remember, did you get like a banner stuck in your tire in the qualifying race that year or something? Or was it in one of the motos?
In the Motocross of Nation, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was in qualifying on Saturday.
I think,
I was stuck somewhere, and then I had to walk through the public.
Yeah.
And it was tough. Everybody was like, boo, boo. Yeah. Still, American were not my fans at that time. Now, yes, I have a lot of fans when I come here. But on that time was like quite of
the rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about some of the other Motocross Nations performances? Because, I mean, you raced Ricky when Ricky was in his prime. You weren't on a 450 for his last year. Because it was 07 was his last year. So, but like
06, I won the with the 250. I won the MX Open and MX2 in England.
Really?
Yeah. So there was Townley with the PC bike and Villopoto with the PC bike, and I won the race in Matterley Basin. 2006, 2007 was Bud's Creek, and then 2008 I was injured. 2009 was Franciacorta when we battled with Chad Reed for the race win.
Yeah.
We had some good nations. I've ridden with, my first nation was 2004, and there was Stefan, and then my last one was this year with Jet. So quite some nations.
Yeah, it's just such a crazy spread of, like you've literally raced and seen everyone and everyone at their best too.
Yes. So quite happy about this.
Yeah. When were the times you got to race James?
Actually, never.
You never got to race him?
I really missed that, because I really actually in 2000 and when was it? Actually, 2006 we were racing together at the Matterley Basin at the Nations.
Yeah.
But the Moto I was with him because he was MX1 and I was MX2. The Moto we were together. I crashed first lap because Stefan took me out in one of the corners, and I was so pissed because I was just seeing him from the back, and I was like, maybe I can race with him finally, and then crashed and I was out, and but the only change was that Moto, I think.
Wow, and that was the famous Moto where Stefan passed him standing up around the outside.
Yes, that one. Yes. What
a crazy visual that is. Just Stefan on the pegs around the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I didn't remember because I was on the track with them, but I see some videos.
Where does Stefan rank for you in terms of overall riders?
I think top 5 in the world, yes. Of course, he has done crazy things. His technique and his consistency, a lot of good things for sure for the sport also.
And just being from the era too when you would do multiple championships in a day. Like there was times where he would race 2 classes, 3 classes. Like it was just such a different time. But probably the sport evolved to where each individual class got faster and faster to where it wasn't possible to. There was no chill times in the motos where everyone was just kind of.
No.
It turned into a war every single lap.
Yeah, of course. I think, that times was a single moto, so was easier, to do 2 or 3 at least, sometimes 3 motos in one day. But now it's impossible. The intensity is too strong. Yeah.
Yeah. So you make the jump to the 450 class, and then you win the title the first year. What point does, like, you're still racing at 41 and you're still doing it. So is there ever any kind of thinking there, like, I'm going to win a couple more titles and then I'm going to retire? Or was it just every year new?
No, it was just every year new. And I didn't have the number of title in my mind. Of course, if the 10th will come, will be nice. One, because I beat Valentino, because we have 9.
Yeah.
And one, because I matched with Stefan, but I was not really obsessed by any numbers. Like Jeffrey will always post like motos, GPs. I never think about this. I don't even know how many motos I have win, so don't think about it.
That's so different, right? So what kept you motivated those years? Because, so did you win 6 in a row?
6 in a row, yeah. From 09 to 14, yeah.
Dude, that is wild.
Motivators, small things motivated me every year. Like 09, was my first year in 450, and I want to show Yamaha that we could win with a not a factory bike also. Then funny thing happened end of 2009 when Yamaha call us, the team and myself, to the headquarters to see for the future. And actually we were really happy that we get maybe more support and that we could improve everything. But when we arrived there, we get a bad news that they didn't want to continue with me anymore while I was winning the title. Yeah, this is a strange story. So I was there with the team manager, and we went there to discuss. I thought for the past next year to renew the.
I'm getting a raise
because I was not even a factory rider, and I was okay. They pay us some money, but we had our own money, from other sponsors.
So were you getting Yamaha bonuses at this point?
Yeah. Bonus, yes, but like a normal salary we get from our sponsor Red Bull and other things.
Yeah.
Because we were Yamaha with Red Bull. And so we went there and say, okay, they call us. We try to see what's the future gonna look like, and it was already late in the season. So for 2010 we were like quite tight. And then we went to the meeting and they say, thanks, good job with your award title and this and that, but we cannot support you for 2010. I was like, what? That's crazy. I was like, I couldn't believe. So the Carli on that time told me, I'm sorry, I didn't expect this also from Yamaha. If you find something else, you can go. Because I had the contract with the team still, but not with the. I had the contract with the team, and then I had the contract with the manufacturer. So 2 contracts, and but the team leave me free and say, I'm sorry, but we have no bikes, we have no manufacturer, and I was like, no, I don't want to leave the team. I say I want to stay with the team, so I say let's see if we can find something else. And on the meantime, KTM called me and say, we can be interested in taking you, and we have a new project coming up with the 350. And I was already thinking the year before with the team to low down a bit the 450 to 400 to the Yamaha, because I really realized that the bike was too strong and was not enough. Was not that necessary to have such a brutal power. On that time also the bikes with the carburetor, they were not so easy to ride. So I was thinking already to lower to 450 to 400, and with Yamaha. But then KTM come up with this 350 idea, and I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, let's see. But I want to take the team with me. I don't wanna come alone. And they were like, yeah, let's see if we can find out the budget. So that's how it starts. Then all the team moves to KTM, and we start with the 350 bike, which was a big question mark. Everybody was complaining, but we won 5 titles in a row with the 350.
Dude, I completely forgot about this whole chapter of your career.
Yeah, it was crazy. This was very but not many people know us though.
Yeah, man, this is just flooding back with memories because I've been a big 350 guy for a long time. Yeah. I always talk about how great the 350 is.
Yeah.
And just the average, because I am the average rider. Like I don't need a 450, you know. And the last couple of years, like we've been doing a lot of stuff with Yamaha, and I've got the Yamaha 450, and I actually really like that bike. So it's kind of got me a bit more back into the 450.
But now everything is more mellow with the injection. It's more easy to control the throttle and everything. So it's quite okay. But on that time was tough to hold on the 450.
And the teams would have been trying to make them faster too. And you'll just be like, boys, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah, I just completely forgot about the whole 350 chapter.
Yeah.
So what was your very first impression of that bike?
Yeah, actually, when I first of all, when I stepped on, I had like a test on 450 because after Yamaha say stop, we hurry up things, and they let me try a 450 KTM, but it was the old model still, so it was disaster when I step on coming from the Yamaha, which was 20 years in front already of that 2009 KTM. I was like, oh my God, how I can... But there is only option, so this is what we have and this is what we have to do. So I tried, but I was not happy at all. But then they come up, but we have this other project that is going to be ready in February with a 350 bike, and then I was like, oh, cool. So maybe this will fit better with my style. So we move on, and then in February arrived this 350, and we start testing, and I really liked immediately. The bike was good. We tried to fix some stuff, some fitting of the bike for myself, and with the Carli we adjust a few things on the engine side also. So we made a bike that I still now I think is one of my best bike I ever ride. Yeah.
Because that was when they were very early to the linkage at that point.
Yeah.
Yep. So was it the first linkage?
Well, first linkage. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So did that make a huge difference on those bikes?
Yeah, make a huge difference, and also the fast how they could work on that time on things that we asked for was really a key, because nowadays takes long, to when you ask stuff it's slow. It takes 3 months before they do durability tests, and every company, not only KTM but also Ducati, everyone. So for the safety now takes long to develop parts, but on that time we just did it. They just put it on the machine, make a piece, ride, and in 3 months we had the bike that was ready for win. So we start winning already from the first races.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why all the KTM life changed also in US. That's why, because of us, because until then there was nobody believing so much on this on the brand.
Yeah.
It was not, but then we start winning. Then Rogers stepped in with Danji and start to, everything starts after our good performance.
Yeah. It's unbelievable that Yamaha did not want to continue. Yeah. Do you think that it was because you refused to go to the factory team?
I don't know. Possible, or I don't know why. Maybe other stuff also, but I don't think, because the Japanese still when I talk with them in the future, they were like really sad about that. So I think it was more a decision from
like way above.
I think from Yamaha Europe even than just Japan, let's say. So
yeah,
we don't know. We never know the truth. So but yeah, it's past.
But a wild turn of events.
I think they eat their fingers for a lot of years.
Yeah, well, they lost to you guys they just spent so long getting their ass kicked by this this dude on a 350.
Yeah.
It's interesting to know that there was such a difference then in terms of, it's a lot more like MotoGP. Like you'll see a guy at the MotoGP teams now, they're like 3D printing chassis parts and aero at the track, changing shit. And like you said, now to get a new part at HRC or factory Yamaha, or there's such a different process. Was it maybe the first time in motocross history that there was a team that was that dedicated to making new products?
Yeah, I think so. I think KTM on that time was understanding the needs, and they just let us do a lot of things that we request. They did it for us quickly, and that's why we crush days and weeks, and we just go straight to the point. Because if you know a guy who knows where to go, like that knows technically and knows where to go, I mean, it's easy to go. Of course, now I'm expressing and I'm facing a lot of engineers and stuff and this and that. Okay, I agree with a lot of things, but I also don't agree with a lot of other stuff, which motocross, it's a unique sport that sometimes what tells you the dyno, it's not what you have on the track. And you need to, if you want to improve, you need to resolve things on track, not on the dynos.
Is that part of the magic that you and the Carli had together?
Yeah, I think so. I think for sure it's like I said, there's a few people in the world that can do that, and he's one of them for sure.
So what are some examples of parts and things that you would, so you go to the track one day and you rev the tits off this 350 and you go, I want this. And then the next day, week, you come back and they've got that.
Yeah, from a smaller things like engine mounts or axle, rear axle, different diameter, or like triple clamps, whatever. We could do anything, let's say, anything on that time. So it was quick. I don't know if it was safe, but but it was quick, and we never had the problem. So probably now I understand why because a lot of complaints, from things all around, and so the big companies are really, strict on these things. But it's also true that it's difficult to solve problems when you are like such a slow process,
Yeah, because you kind of have a feeling and it's fresh.
Yeah.
And then if you can get it in a few days, that feeling also stays there.
Sometimes we did everything the same day, we had a practice track close in like 20 minutes, and we were at the track and I say, I would like to try this. So you go back to the shop, make the piece, weld, do stuff, and then come back and I ride. And you have the same track, you have the same conditions. Maybe you go after 1 month and the track is completely different. You don't have the same feeling.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
That's very unique. I don't think many riders would have experienced that in their career.
No. But also, I mean, to feel stuff, I was quite a good tester with things. So in a lot of situation, in the end, the benefits was, especially when I was in KTM, was for everybody, because all the information are shared. So if from 10, 12 pieces, I select like 5, for sure these 5 are already good. And if I was not there, they need to test 12, and it's easy to go off off the line, if you choose the wrong parts.
Yeah.
So I think we did some great stuff for them in the past.
Was it an enjoyable company to work with?
Yeah, super. I really enjoy and really passionate for the sport and really friendly. With Pete, I have a really good relationship, and of course, I mean, from what I hear the last times, I was really sad, for sure for the company, because it's part of my family too from so many years.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see where the company goes. It's just, if anything bad happens with KTM, it's going to be very sad for the sport. I don't think people realize the effect that it'll have on like the entire industry.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's still, I mean, still one of the best bike, even if they had to stop a bit the developing for some reasons and stuff. But still, it's still there. It's the reason is because it was a great product, and it still is. So.
Dude, take me back to the 2022 frame.
Yeah.
That thing was great. 2022 350.
Yeah.
If I could buy one of them brand new, that's still a sick motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of the 350 still. I have all my bikes at home, and sometimes I put it on and just make a small lap, and then they are fast too, and they're raving to the moon too. So it's cool to that. I don't know why it didn't really. It had some good years when I was winning with selling, but after it was a bit dropping. I have no idea why, because for me, I mean, amateur people enjoy way more the 350, because it's also, when you made a small mistake, it's easier to control the massa of the shaft and everything. It's less impacting on your riding style than a 450 is. So I don't know. I hope he will go back to where he needs to stay.
Well, I think that at least in America, the 350 is the best-selling bike for KTM still.
I don't know. In Europe, I don't think so. But
yeah,
maybe in America.
I think here it is. Yeah.
So I'm happy for them. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been a pretty wild experience to be on the gate with a 350 and then just smoking everybody. Like what, 5 years in a row you beat those guys?
Yeah, it was crazy, and also was. Okay, it was more, let's say I need to do a bit more aerobic, let's say, more intensity training, because the bike needs more moving, let's say, than a 450.
Yeah.
But in the end of the race, I was still having a little bit more energy than the rest, because the bike is lighter, and it allows me to do a different approach to the racecraft also than a normal 450.
Do you think that you were giving up much pace? Like speed-wise of the motorcycle?
I don't know, but some tracks I was struggling when you have like a jump out of the corner where you need more torque. I need to really work a lot with the body to try to clear it or to make it compare with the 450. But overall, I really think the bike was better.
Yeah, and I'm sure it goes more towards the 250 side with like just body energy. It's one of the reasons why, because like at my level,
yeah,
I love riding my 250. I got a Yamaha 250. Thing rips.
Yeah.
Such a fun bike, but you end up kind of sending it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because you can, and you're trying to get more out of it. And then that kind of scares me. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know that I want to be sending it right now. And then you get on the 450 and you don't have to send it. So you can just be like, whoa, very lazy. But then you get kicked the wrong way and you're like, and you're like, oh, fuck. So,
this one is heavier.
And that's where the 350 kind of sits in the middle, is like you still have to be more aggressive than a 450.
Yeah.
But you're not having those moments that, if you're not like fit or strong in that moment, then it can end in a small problem can turn into a big problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So when did you decide to switch to the 450 eventually? What prompted that?
Yeah, this problem when the injection come, on the bikes, and the 450 gets more easier, let's say, to ride, and more mellow the engine, and then I was a bit struggling power-wise because we bring the 350 engine to the maximum we could with the power-wise. And we were missing a bit against the 450 in some sections. So I say, okay, 2015 I switched back to the 450. Yeah.
Did you ever tune the 450 down?
No.
So you just left it kind of there, but the fuel injection made that much of a difference for you.
We could play better with the power delivery. Yeah.
And that was all mapping.
Mapping, yeah, more or less.
Yeah, and then. Well, I guess what was the difference? Did you ever miss the 350 or it just like it was that much better these days?
I haven't missed it. That's why I ask the team to go back, but they say, we are missing in a lot of things. Also in the start, it's not really performing well anymore as before. So in the end, for sure, I ride the 450 because it was more efficient, let's say, to win, but I enjoyed way more with the 350 riding.
Yeah. What's the sweet spot? Do you think that the whole 450 thing, like they just went a little bit too far? It should have been 400s?
I think so. I think 450, only a few guys can really ride all the power. Like maybe Tomac is a guy who is really opening the throttle, like here in US. But yeah, also the tracks, especially in Europe, doesn't really allow you to use all the power of the 450. So I think 400 would be a good compromise. Yeah.
Would it be safer? Do you think?
Also maybe, yeah, because now the speed is quite strong, like let's say quite fast. Yeah. But yeah, the safety depends also a lot on a lot of things. Let's say also on track prep and stuff like that.
So I want to talk about something that no one really talks about. I'm in my mid-30s now, and a couple of years ago, I started noticing things just felt harder. Same workouts I'd always done, same diet, but I was lagging. Recovery took forever, energy was inconsistent, motivation wasn't there like it used to be. I just thought, all right, this is it, I'm getting older, I guess. But then I started looking into it, and here's what I found. Most men start losing testosterone at around 30. And about 1% every year after that. And it's not just that your body makes less, it's that a lot of what you do make gets locked up by this protein called SHBG. So even if you're producing testosterone, your body can't actually use it. It's like having money in the bank, but your card has been declined. That's when I found Marsman. It's designed to help free up that locked testosterone so your body can actually access it. No needles, no synthetics, just natural ingredients. Zinc, boron, vitamin D. Since I've been taking it, my energy has been way more consistent throughout the day. Not like a caffeine spike, just a steady drive. Recovery after training feels better. It's made in the USA, third-party tested, and they've got a 90-day money-back guarantee. So there's literally no risk. For a limited time only, our listeners get 60% off for life and 2 free gifts when you use the code GYPSYGANG at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com. Code Gypsy Gang at checkout. And remember, let them know that the Gypsy Gang sent you. So, what year was your last title?
2017.
And did you get the sense that your time winning was going to be over, like in terms of championships, just with Jeffrey and the new guard?
I don't know.
Or?
I think no. I think my desire to win was a bit going low. Also, my motivation with maybe if I had the chance to change brand, probably maybe we will fire it up again, and I could win. Because 19 I was still very close, 18 I was still very close. But yeah, there was missing this little fire that's maybe I was a bit bored of, so many years with the same stuff and possible. But I think it could be longer, career, yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of what I was even getting at when we were talking before about, it was just like one after another after another. It's very hard to stay motivated when it's the same races, the same thing, the same bike, the same brands, the same competition. Everything stays the same, and it takes so much to be at the level that you are to win and to do it for so long. I mean, you did it longer than most people ever could, you know?
Yeah, it's very difficult to focus and to find new things, you know, to improve, or just to not even improve, because I could improve, but I couldn't enjoy what I was doing, because I say, oh, this I already done, this I already done, this I already done, this I've done. So I try to change these small things in preparation and stuff, and tracks and where to train, where not. But in the end, the races were the same, the tracks the same. So I think I lack a bit of motivation, probably, to have this little step, you know, to win maybe 2-3 more titles.
And then you're going against a guy like Jeffrey, who's literally willing to die every time that he steps on the motorcycle. It's like hard to beat that.
Yeah, then team was like 21, 22 years old, so it's like different perspective also while racing.
And you got married. You had your son.
Yes.
Does that change the way that you approach things?
I think when you have a son, it will change a bit, because you get a bit more sweet also. So I think
your heart softens a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a bad thing, because it's the nicest thing, you know, to have a kid. Of course, to have a child, it's nice, and to do everything, but when you want to race and you want to bite everyone, you know, neck, I think it's better when you are, let's say, even alone, maybe without even girlfriend. So you are more willing to attack stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But then in one other side, the girlfriend, if you have the right one, can help you in a lot of other stuff, you know, in being calm, everything is organized, and so it's a mix of stuff that you need to really find what's the best for you. But yeah, I think you soften a bit when you get a child. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Why?
Yeah.
I think just to hang with them, you know, all the time, and playing and being cute and stuff. So
yeah, the warrior mentality shifts a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Do you think that did you ever want to come and race in America earlier than you did?
Yeah, actually in 2006 I had an offer from I was talking with Yamaha of Troy on that time.
Oh.
But that
would have been sick.
Yeah, that would have been sick. But I had never ridden a supercross track in my life, so I had to come here and see what I could do. But yeah, I never grew up as a kid with supercross. Never rode supercross. I was already 20 years old, so not so young anymore. So I had to really think about it a lot, and then I decided to don't do it. But yeah, in one way I regret a bit, because I really always look up to, you know, supercross and to races like that. But I was also quite quite smart on myself and say, okay, it's nice, it's shiny, it's more money, whatever. But I was not good in riding supercross, so it was a question mark for myself. If I was like German or French, where they grow up a bit riding supercross, it would be a bit easier for me to make the change. And for sure I will do it. But yeah, coming from Italy, especially South Italy, where there was not even a track close to a supercross track, it was difficult.
So you do get the opportunity to race in the US though, 2024. Yeah. So that was scratching the itch that was always there.
Yeah, that was always there, trying to do it. So now that I have, free time, because also during this year I could race some rounds. But yeah, when you're fighting for the title, because luckily I was always in a fight for the title in MXGP, yeah, it's difficult to just say I go to US, I do one race and back. If something happen, yeah, it's always a risk of an injury or stuff. So I never really had the chance to do it. So now that I'm like quite enjoying riding around and visiting friends and this and that, so I say, okay, let's do it. Now, also to launch the bike last year was a great thing in the US market. So it was cool.
So, but was it 2022 you did the full season or 24?
I did
or like 6 or 7. Like
2022. I did 4 rounds.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
Only 4, yeah.
I wish it was more.
Yeah.
What was the experience like though?
It was good. Actually, I really enjoy a lot. I had to adapt to the bike again because I rode different frames in MXGP the year before. So I had to adapt with the bike. And I couldn't prepare how I wanted because there was Jeffrey that normally want to do it, and so there was no space to do it for me because I was already retired at 22 because he was injured and he could only start ride. He was injured in the beginning of the season, so he could only start riding in May.
Yeah.
So his idea was to start with outdoors, which after he didn't, but they hold me for until like 2 weeks before the race.
Yeah.
So I was not. So I also the preparation there was not good, and I arrived. I did it, but was not really prepared how I wanted. I couldn't do testing. Also, my physical condition was not perfect. So I did it just for fun. It was nice, but yeah, I enjoyed a couple of rounds in the beginning. Then I come back for Pat's Creek, but yeah, I got injured the first lap, crashing, and then hit by another rider. So it was not really ideal, but still, I really enjoy the rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, and was that the year that Dunge came back
Yes.
as well? Yeah, so you got to kind of race with Dunge, and was it cool just being?
Yeah.
I imagine just the vibe of the truck and being at the races and being around Dunge. It was just kind of like a cool experience.
Yeah,
overall.
it was cool, to have Dunge back and to do some races and hang out a bit with him. And also Aaron is there and he's such a nice guy to hang out with.
He's
so
the
it was very cool.
Yeah. How different are the GP frames to the US frames?
Yeah, it's different. It's way more stiffer. We had
in Europe or here?
In Europe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we weld plates, to make it stiffer there and there. And here it's just a stock one, so it was quite a difference, to be honest. Also in suspension settings and stuff.
So, in Europe, do you run a stiffer frame and softer suspension, and here it's kind of the opposite?
Yeah, I didn't figure it out so well because I was not so happy with the bike how we could manage to fix it on that time because we had not so much time to test also. So I figured out I got one way, then I got the other way. So we messed up a bit the thing. In Europe, I rode quite a stiff suspension. Also, so stiffer frame, stiff suspension.
Okay.
That's what also this year. I always have been a guy who was very stiff, fork like super stiff, and that's why also this year when I was testing with Factory Connection, they were like, "Are you riding always like this, or like our guys can never go out like riding outdoors with this fork?" I say, yeah, still for me it's a bit soft. So
really?
We had to go very, very hard. So
what is it about a stiff fork that you like?
I like stiff fork because my corner speed has never been so well. So I'm really a good braker. I really go fast into the corner, and I try to brake hard, and I need always a good hold up in the front.
I think AP's similar.
Yeah. Also, Stewart was quite similar. He told me he always liked it really, really hard fork. So it's just it's just
a feeling.
It's just a feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a huge change to come from Europe here, short notice,
Yeah. Also, tracks are different. People say, oh, they can adapt. But I can imagine. I mean, also when Americans come to Europe, it's different.
Yeah.
The tracks are different, so they need time to adapt to the tracks.
And you don't get much time.
No, you don't get.
There's no long practices. There's no qualifying motos. It's just you get a couple sessions in the morning and then let's drop the gates, boys.
Yes, that's also other side for me here when I come here and I had to race. And do the time immediately because you only have 10 minutes and then you do the lap, and I was like, I don't remember the jump still, so how I can do a lap, like.
Yeah.
So I was struggling a lot with that. Even this year, I did Red Bud, which I already know the track, but Millville took a while before I figured out the downhill.
Yeah.
Where I had to brake, it was like losing some second that downhill, but I couldn't make it there. I didn't remember so well the track. So.
Oh, that's so funny. How were those whoops to get down?
Oh yeah, was that hill is impressive. From the TV you don't really.
No.
No.
I say that to people all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone should go to Millville and see how steep that downhill is, man.
And the braking bumps that. You are like, you have some flat spots where you think, here I can go. And then you face immediately like a huge braking bump and you're like, here's finished.
Man, did you watch any footage from this year of the Lawrences coming down that hill?
Yeah.
Bro, how was Hunter?
Full gas.
Unreal.
Yeah.
That's probably the best I've ever seen a motorcycle handle. Was Hunter's Moto 2 bike at that race. It looked unreal. Yeah. Didn't move at all. It was dead straight. And like that, they were sending it down that hill. It was unbelievable.
That was crazy, yeah.
But you can't even barely walk up that thing.
No, it's very, very, very impressive. But a really nice track.
Nice. Hopefully with Ducati, you're going to get to do a few more races in the US?
Yeah, I would like to. I think I can help also the guys, with setting up a bit the bikes better also for outdoors, so we can share some.
Forks, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the forks no, but I'm happy to help, and also with Factory Connection, I'm good working relationship, and we have the same ideas, and so it's kind of nice to share thoughts also on race days and see where we can improve. Yeah.
So what do you think 2026 looks like for you this year?
For me, it looks like I'm testing a bit now the 250. I'm already riding it, and we have a guy who is riding MX2, Zanchi Ferruccio, who is riding the MX2 World Championship this year, and another guy, Mancini, was riding the European, just to make hours and see how the bike will improve. We are testing a bit, myself riding a bit the bike. Lupino is also riding a bit the bike, and see more or less what we did with the 450 last year, 2024. We're going to do this year with the 250, and next year we try to be ready, for a good 250 bike. Yeah. So this is that's what I'm doing a bit, switching between 450s and 250. Try to figure out things and see where we can improve, and doing some ambassador things here and there, some racing around the world, and that's basically this year what's gonna look like. Yeah.
I'd have to think that the Desma Sedici valve system is going to be good on a 250.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, of course, because it has a good raving potential. But also we need a lot of torque in motocross. So it's not that we only we are pointing on that high revs. We want to have a good torque, because motocross really needs also a good bottom for the bike.
Yeah. So in some research I've done about the Ducati, there's an IMU sensor that's connected to the ignition. So am I right in saying that there's it's not traction control, but there's it's a very complex, it's probably the most complex, let's call it traction control setting in a motocross bike. And I think, so from the outside as a MotoGP fan, when you see the Ducati is about to enter the sport, you're like, okay, what kind of innovation can they bring to us? The Desmo Sedici valve system is it's legendary throughout the road bike and MotoGP world. But then they're also bringing this technology of having the IMU sensor connected to the ignition on the motorcycle, because previously, so like a KTM traction control would basically, it would be sensing like the revs of the motor against like how fast you're actually going. And it's like, okay, that's not right, so let's cut a little bit of ignition. But it's not taking into account where the bike is in 3D space. Is it in the air? Is it on the ground? Is it in a turn? Is it straight? Is it... So then by adding this variable, Ducati is like, it's pretty revolutionary. And I don't think anyone's like really talking about it. What's your experience been with it?
Yeah, I think it's quite revolutionary. I say it's something new. It's not easy to set everything up because motocross has such many
dynamic,
variable things that can change during the track, during the day, and with the temperature and with the water, no water on the track. So it's easy to make mistakes, but this thing is actually reacting the best I could ever see in any of those devices. So we forced it in a lot of different conditions, and we find out that it's responding quite well in a lot of different cases. So we need work to do still, but for me it's the most most valuable, I would say valuable sort of electronic that can work on a bike.
Yeah, and you would have tested a lot of different stuff at KTM throughout the years, yeah?
Yeah. But like you said, this traction control was basically something really basically like figuring out few like datas and shut down power and here and there, but it's not really for me working so well because the variables, the things that can happen around during the day or around the track are so many that sometimes you need to sleep, in the corner to let the rear go, and sometimes not. So it's difficult. It's very, very difficult. Also for Ducati, when they face this thing, they are like, we didn't know motocross. I mean, it's so many different things can happen. On asphalt, you have wet or dry or... So it's different.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Have you got a chance to ride any road bike stuff yet?
Not yet. I've ridden two MotoGP bikes, the KTM and the Yamaha.
The actual MotoGP bike.
Yes, Valentino's bike in 2006, and the KTM 2017 MotoGP bike on track.
How was that?
Yeah, it's so good, so nice. I've had the pleasure to ride also Formula One. Yes, in 2017.
What?
Yes, the Toro Rosso one from
really
2015 or 16.
Was it at like Monza or Mugello or something?
No, I was in Red Bull Ring, so it was in Austria. It was the best thing ever.
Really?
Express in terms of in terms of passion for the motorsport. It's something unreal. Like the noise was still the old one, so it was raving crazy. And I had Mark Webber as a teacher, so it was crazy. I started with F3, then F2, and then F1. It was unbelievable.
Really?
So nice, yeah.
So did you get to experience the downforce?
Yeah, was crazy. I was trying in the corner. Actually, I was trying to hold my neck, to and then he was like, and then Mark said, in the corner, just hang on the side because otherwise you're gonna explode. Yeah, and it was crazy. It was so fun, and also the braking and the downforce. Faster you go, faster the car is sealed on the asphalt. I had a privilege to test, I think, the best machine on this planet, from racing, because Formula One, MotoGP, and World Rally Car also, which is my second passion after motocross. I'm a huge fan of World Rally Car Championship. So I think it's cool. Formula One was the best for sure, but other stuff were also really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's talking to Ricardo about Formula One and just like a normal person driving.
Yeah.
Like we've had these conversations about, can someone even experience the actual effect of downforce? And he's like, man, so many people that have driven Formula One cars, they don't even get to feel the way that downforce affects a car. He's like, it's almost like the car gets in a rut.
Yeah.
And it just can't move sideways out of the rut because there's so much pressure being put down. And it's cool that you got to experience that.
Yeah, I get to experience after a while because of the advice, of course. But because before I did the test, I was in the simulator in England.
So you got to put in some time, to really get the most out of this.
Yeah, I had to get the seat. And the laps I did were not too much because I only did like 20 laps with a car.
That's still a lot. I think that's a lot for a normal person.
Yeah, but there was also Mark Marquez on the same day doing the thing, and he did like 45 or 50 laps. So I did only 20, but I was like dropping times like every lap down. So I was like, in the end, I was like 11 seconds, I think, slower only than, or 10 or 11 seconds slower than the fastest lap that was on the track. So it was not so bad. On the simulator, I was very fast because you have no
consequences.
No consequences. Yeah. So I was riding really good, actually, really good. The guy was really surprised, but on track is different. You don't want to destroy like €1 million of car, but it was nice. Actually, really enjoy.
That's amazing. Yeah. What a cool experience.
Yeah.
How was your speed compared to Mark?
Yeah, actually, I was about like 6-7 seconds from the dead day times, the day that we were riding.
No, in the car. Did Mark drive the car as well?
No.
Oh, so he was
just teaching, yeah.
No, Marquez.
Marquez, okay. On that, I think 2 seconds. 2 seconds, he was 2 seconds faster than me.
But he had
more
25
laps.
more laps.
He had more laps, yeah.
Yeah, so you would have got him.
And plus, also, like MotoGP riders, as an advantage that they know the braking points on the... I never go faster than 90 km per hour on a motocross bike, so...
Yeah.
The eyes with the braking, it's huge, the difference. MotoGP, massive. They know where more or less where to brake. So I was quite happy with the test. But I always loved, to race cars. So in the future can be also my passion, to do some World Rally Cars events also.
Yeah. That's the one thing that, like, even Daniel would say, the first day going testing. Like the pre-season testing after you've had time off, he's just like, man, your eyes for the braking, it just takes like a long time for your brain to get back to processing, because you think how much information
I know. So I was like,
process.
I thought I was braking fast because I was braking like 150 meters from the corner,
and they're at 50
and they're at 50 and the guy's like, you're okay, but you need to brake at 50. You're like 306 km per hour and you brake at 50.
Right.
My eyes will go off the head.
Well, and not just the neck side to side, but even forwards. It's
crazy.
I've done a lap on the back with Jack Miller. Full speed, bro.
No, that I will never go, dude, in the back of someone.
It was hands down the craziest experience of my life. And we grew up together. We're quite good friends. And we get on the bike and I throw my leg over and he looks back and he's like, there's cameras, everyone's filming and taking photos. And he goes, I'm fully prepared to crash.
Ooh.
And I'm like, fuck. Dude, normally they just do like the out lap and then you come back in. So it's just that. But I was a Ducati ambassador in Australia at the time, and it was when he was on Ducati. They put me last, and they're like, just do. So I think we did 4 or 5 laps.
Ooh.
Bro, my arms, like I thought There was one point in one of the slow corners. I was like, "Fuck, maybe I should just jump off.
Jump off the
like,
bike.
I'd be fine." Yeah. But man, when it changed my perspective on speed, and gravity and physics. Like my whole concept of everything around the sport changed.
It goes one step farther. Yeah.
Well, because and I've rode the bikes before.
Yeah.
And I can get my knee on the ground and, like I can ride.
Yeah.
Man, when they turn into corners, it feels like the feeling like when you fall off an office chair. Yeah. And, there's that split second where you're like, oh, I'm not getting this back anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it's like. Every corner, they have that feeling. And then physics does its thing. And it is incredible. We went through one turn, two of us, at 245 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're just like, that should not be possible.
I never go. My wife goes in the back in Mugello with somebody, but I don't want to go in the back of somebody.
It is crazy. And bro, my forearms, like the arm pump that I got, because they had like the handlebars on the tank. Man, I've never had arm pump that bad. I was hanging on literally for dear life, dude.
Yeah, but also because if they know I'm in the back, they want to show, so they go faster. So I don't want to go.
Yeah, they'd be cruising with
my
your
wife. They're like, okay, she will be impressed anyway.
Yeah, so. Yeah. That they're trying to blow your socks off. So maybe some new news coming out with Troy Lee.
Yeah, I switch gear, from Thor to Troy Lee. So we're gonna have a video dropping. So we are happy about that. Also because it's easier, to
with the
team and everything. So I'm really, and I've always been dreaming, to work with him.
He's such a legend of a guy, isn't he?
So finally we clinch also this milestone,
Yeah.
To have a chance to work with him, yeah.
Do you get in a custom painted helmet?
Yes, we are doing something. I stay with Jairo, of course, because of my old relationship, but he will paint some of my helmets, so it will be crazy. So nice. And we have also other news, really interested, really, really sick that it will come out with something, with him designing something also nice. So I'm really, really excited for this year, yeah.
I love it. So you said another like a milestone tick off the bucket list with Troy, but when you look back on your career, what's the thing that you're the most proud of, and what would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
Well, my biggest accomplishment, of course, is to reach what I never dreamed about, because when I was in Sicily riding motocross, I never thought I could win the championship, like one even. So because I was realistic with the possibilities and from what I had around me. So winning 9, I'm super proud of, for sure, of what I never could imagine. That I wish I could arrive at the GPs one day, but arriving was already for me a big thing. Like winning, it's something that really over my expectation, let's say.
Is there anything that you wish you did differently in your career?
Yeah, probably the American side. I will if I know it. Then when I was small, I had this talent. Maybe I tried to move to somewhere else in Europe, to try to be more prepared for ride Supercross, and that's the only thing I could maybe think about it.
Do you think that you would have learned Supercross if you did move over and you were faced with it? Like, have you ever rode much Supercross nowadays even?
Yeah, sometimes. I have a Supercross track at home, so I ride sometimes, but riding it for fun, it's okay, but when you need to do it on the race, it's difficult for sure. So when everything deteriorates and the whoops is the problem for everybody.
Yeah.
The rest, I can do, but when the whoops, gets so
19 laps into a motor
with the kick, when you see the kicker coming backwards,
What's gnarlier, 300 k's an hour to 50-meter braking, or fourth gear?
No, whoops, 100%.
Fourth gear down the
For
whoops.
sure, whoops. Yeah.
Just think about coming out of that turn. Just clutching
Coming out,
it.
shift, and then go.
Dude, so gnarly. Well, mate, this has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was really nice to come and finally and to do some recap of the situation. Yeah,
it's a crazy life you've had. Like, and I mean, you're such a nice guy.
Yeah,
and from such a humble beginning.
Yeah,
and I just love the way that you went through your career. You know, like I'm sure it was stressful. And I'm sure there was so much effort that went into it, but to be 41 and still capable of showing up, racing motocross the nations, developing motorcycle, like you've lived the dream career. Yeah. And then now with Ducati, and you can race cars, and you can, it's so cool that from where you started life and the beginning that you had, you were able to have the life and the career that you had.
This is crazy, and this is I will be always thankful that I could, take this path from my family. They support me about this, and still, I will try to learn the same things to my sons and see what they want to do. And they will do.
You think any of them have the talent?
Yeah, I think already the first one is a really good talent. I don't really told him nothing, no pressure at all. Don't say zero stuff, but yeah, he has YouTube now. You can see a lot what I couldn't see when I was young. So he's growing so quick, and he's so technical already at 6 years old that it scares. So sometimes, we will see. I mean, we will try to support whatever they want to do.
So you're prepared to go full mini dad if you have to?
I don't know. If I have to, yes. I prefer not, but we will see.
Well, mate, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was awesome. And good luck with everything. I'm excited to try one of these Ducati 450s at some point.
Yeah, you should. Ciao,
definitely. Ciao.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.